All righty. It says that I'm live. I believe I am live. What is up, guys? Chase Oliver 68 here, bringing you another edition of Chillin with Chase here on the YouTube platform. If you guys are just coming in, leave this video a thumbs up. Leave this stream a thumbs up because that helps the algorithm. I'm drinking my green juice. As you guys can see, I'm a mess. Just came back from the gym. Took a nice little rinse. Not really a shower, just a rinse just to get the sweat off. You know, I don't like feeling sweaty at all, even though I like spend a lot of time in the sauna. But just came back from the gym, and now I'm enjoying my protein green juice shake. So much fun when you're on a diet like this. But hey, that's the price. You want to reach your dreams. You got to push hard. You got to kick some ass and take some names. But there's a lot that happened that I've missed, a lot that I've talked about on the Around the Point channel. So if you guys want to hear my thoughts on certain subjects that I talked about, you can ask them in this Q&A, or you can go to Heel Stevens' channel and talk about, and you can listen to it there. Now, before you guys can send in questions at any time, but just know this is going to be a moment where Chase Oliver talks about a subject. When I talk about a subject, normally a lot of times I do go on longer, but I'm not ignoring your questions. Just know I'm talking about the subject at hand, which is Sasha Banks and Naomi, them walking out on WWE. And you know what? I say kudos to those two. I say kudos to those two women taking a stand and realizing their worth. You see, here's the thing. Sasha Banks and Naomi are entering their prime in professional wrestling. Sasha Banks and Naomi are both really good stars for the company. They are great for what they do. And the thing is, Sasha Banks and Naomi should not be treated as just afterthoughts, should not be treated as just stepping stones for the company. You see, they've been given a task to be the women's tag team championships. And they believe that, hey, you know what? If we're going to be this tag team, this thrown together tag team, we're going to make the most out of it. Might as well make the most out of this. Why would we just settle just being tag team champions when we can make the most out of this situation? And you know what? Tag team wrestling has given an avenue for a lot of talents, especially on the male side of things. You got to look at it right here, and you got to say to yourself, hey, this could connect to the women's side of things too. Sometimes some women, maybe they're not singles wrestlers, but they go on and become tag team wrestlers. And that's fine. And that's what these tag team titles are for the women that, you know, hey, maybe they're not meant to be singles wrestlers, but they can kill it on the tag team scene. This allows more tag team belts to be made for other companies. Yeah, sure, Impact Wrestling, they were the first company to really have like the Knockouts Tag Team Championship, and a company that was mostly male dominant, and especially in North America. But the thing was, they just didn't have the teams. And the thing is, this belt should not just be, hey, it's extra revenue for WWE Shop. This should not be something for the belt collectors. This should not be something that people just buy for extra revenue. No, these belts should mean something. And Sasha and Naomi looked at it. They looked at their situation. They said, hey, they just want us with the belts. We look good with the belts. We're champions, but we're not the champions. Because, like, the way Sasha and Naomi look at it is like this. If you're the women's tag team champions, you're the women's world tag team champions. The world tag team champions of the women's division. And there was a bunch of other women's tag team that are coming after you for the belt. So that's why Sasha and Naomi, they said, nah, we ain't dealing with this. We ain't dare to, you know, elevate Bianca Belair and Ronda Rousey. They don't need more elevation. Bianca and Ronda are already stars. What good does them losing to those two do for them? They want to elevate the tag team titles. And you know what? They know their worth. Sasha Banks has been in this company for how long? She knows what she's done. She's played the yes man game. She's played the kiss ass game. She's played that game. She's done playing that game. She now wants it for her own work. She's over here saying, look at me. Do you see how I look? I'm a movie star waiting to happen. All it takes is one role. All it takes is one role for Sasha Banks to explode into superstardom. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. And then when it comes down to, you know, Naomi can, like, I've seen a lot of bad takes about Naomi. And look, I'll say this: is Naomi someone where I'm like, okay, I'll build my whole women's division around? No, but is Naomi a great higher tier women's wrestler? Absolutely. Naomi clicks. Naomi has something. In Orlando, that WrestleMania when she was champion, she got a good pop. When she came out, she got a good pop. And people tend to forget this stuff that Naomi did fine as a women's champion. Now, I'm not saying, I'll build my whole thing around her, but I will definitely make her one of my featured attractions that people want to see and come to see. But for whatever reason, WWE, they just kind of, don't know what to do with Naomi. Just like they don't know what to do with these women's tag team titles. And really, to be honest here, WWE, the thing with WWE is this. They truly believe it's just the 3 letters of their company. No one's bigger than those 3 letters. They truly believe that people only watch WWE because of the 3 letters, which is true. So some people out there only care about those 3 letters. They don't give a crud about other 3 letters. Like they hear AEW, they hear TNA, they hear MLW, they hear all these other wrestling companies. They don't care because the 3 letters that matter to them is WWE. And yes, WWE is always going to be the most important 3 letters in professional wrestling. Do not get that twisted. They are always going to be the standard bearer. But this is not a good standard to have. Because here's the thing. What makes those 3 letters special are the wrestlers, or the superstars, whatever you want to call them. They're the reason why people care. Just like in UFC, those 3 letters, they are the benchmark of mixed martial arts. You look at mixed martial arts, they are the benchmark. And guess who makes that benchmark better? The fighters. The fighters make it better. Yeah, the UFC, that proves you're with the best of the best. But you know who makes the best of the best, the best of the best? Are the fighters fighting the best of the best. And that's what WWE doesn't understand. WWE is so afraid of someone becoming bigger than the 3 letters. They don't want that. They don't want to create generational talents like The Rock, like these people look up to. No, they want people just to be like a John Cena, like a Batista, like a Randy Orton. Be settled, be happy with the position you're in. You should be grateful that we allow you to do this. That's what WWE's doing. That's what WWE's pretty much saying. You should be grateful. You should be happy. We're giving you a dream job. And look, I get it. I don't understand why fans defend WWE for that, because it's like, what should you be happy about? If you want to leave, you want to leave. If you want to walk out, you want to walk out. And sometimes I feel like fans, when they get mad at wrestlers, they're reflecting their own personal issues onto these wrestlers. Like, I've never walked out of a job. I do the work. Put your gloves on and roll up those sleeves and act tough. Like, no, screw that shit. I'll tell you what, guys. I've tweeted this morning. And I'm telling you right now. If you don't like where you're working, leave. Take a chance. Take a risk. Don't ever settle just because of the dollar, just because of the bank account. Nah, there's plenty of jobs that will know what you're worth. When I graduated school and I got my master's, guys, I got my MBA. I was expecting me to become a leader of a retail store. I was like, I'm going to become a leader. That's what I thought. But no, because my boss viewed me as negative, I couldn't get a job. Now you guys only know me from YouTube, but do I come off as a negative human being? Do I come off as someone that brings negative energy? Nah. And that's what I said. I said, whoa, man, that was messed up. So I quit. I just said, I'm done. Didn't even put my 2 weeks in. I just left. I was just like, no way, man. I ain't having, like, and when she said, why won't I do my 2 weeks? I told her, you literally said I was negative. Why would I want to work with someone that thinks so negatively about me? Do you know how much that hurts my mental? Like, no, I don't want to work for you. Sorry. And I left. I didn't say anything rude. It was just she thought I was negative. Fine. If you think I'm negative, I do not, I do not want to work here. So I left. I took a risk. And guess what? I'm going into a year of my current job. Now, is it the end all be all? No, my end all be all is hopefully to be a pro wrestler. That's why I'm training so hard every day. But man, like when you hear that stuff, why would you want to work for that? So that's why I try to tell people, man, don't ever settle for your worth. Sasha Banks and Naomi should never settle for anything else. They're in their primes. Like Sasha Banks said in that Stone Cold interview, she's eating steak. She eats the same food that Vince McMahon eats. So y'all remember that shit. Y'all eat steak too. Like, don't get me wrong. There's going to be times in your life you have to do the little, well, I got to fake my smile. There's times where you have to do that. But don't force yourself to do it. Don't force yourself to do it. Do it if you love it. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I hope the situation does work out for Sasha and Naomi. I hope they get what they want because I enjoy watching both of those women. If not, wish them luck wherever they go. WWE is still going to be WWE. It's a sad fact. Like, you, as much as you think, oh, like I see the people like, oh, the Fed's dying. What the man? Vince McMahon had a gun to his head by Ultimate Warrior. You think the Fed's dying? Like you go and say, Bret Hart, smack Vince in the face. The Fed ain't dying. No, they fine. They find way to like get people to pay money for WWE. WWE, AEW, whatever three letters you want to talk about, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Stop acting like some company's dying. But it's kind of alarming that no one backstage stood up for Sasha and Naomi except for like maybe Bailey and I saw Shayna Baszler. A lot of the AEW people did. Spicy Q&A says Yagon Keen. What's up, Ronin Ghost? What's up, Venom Hernandez? Did I watch this Renee's sessions with William Regal? No, I did not. I'm glad to see your positive reaction to Ezekiel character, who now has change of heart compared to his brother Elias. Yeah, Ezekiel's a good guy. I love that thing. It's so funny. I don't know how far it'll go though. I think WWE will like end it by SummerSlam, unfortunately. Sasha Banks is one of the few needle movers in WWE. Agree. Probably knows her worth is high, and WWE takes her for granted and never rewards her as much as the others, even though they don't move the needle. And that's the thing. Sasha Banks has eaten a lot of crow. You know, I've been critical on Sasha Banks sometimes too, but she's proven me wrong. She's proven me wrong in the last, 3 years during the pandemic. That's when I kind of changed my tune on Sasha Banks, her and Bailey and stuff. Like I said, man, I could not imagine watching a show where they were carrying it. And they carried during those pandemic eras, them, Drew, like those people changed my minds. Wrestlers can change your minds. It just takes a minute. And Sasha Banks definitely changed my mind. And especially when you look at her, it's just like, dang, she is definitely like a superstar. Do you feel John Laurinaitis is the problem with talent? I mean, for example, Ember Moon's interview with Chris Van Vliet, with that hurt Sasha and Naomi drop their suitcases in front of his desk. I think it is John Laurinaitis. I think John Laurinaitis just doesn't understand the current role of what women's wrestling should be. I think John Laurinaitis, let's be real, he's married to freaking Nikki and Brie Bella's mom. Like he still believes that's the successful model for women in professional wrestling, and a lot of like the people that are diehard WWE fans do believe that. Now, look, I do feel like sex appeal is still important. I don't think it's like the main thing nowadays in women's wrestling, but I do think it is important. I think it does play a certain factor. But John Laurinaitis believes that's the only thing. That he believes that's like the main thing to like sell anyone on these wrestlers a sex appeal. Like, look, there's women like Nikita Lyons. Yeah. And then there's women that I like Roxanne Perez, and she cute, but compared to Nikita Lyons, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nikita Lyons, yeah. But Roxanne's good in the ring. And you can find a woman entertaining based off different things nowadays. But John Laurinaitis truly believes that, the only reason why us guys like women in wrestling is because they're hot. Some guys are like that, some guys aren't. Is Steen's wrestling gimmick kind of like the Undertaker's Dead Man gimmick? Nah, man. That Sting's crazy, bro. He jumping up the theme, Brando. Sorry, did you not see him? WWE should have given Sasha Banks that babyface push that Becky and Bianca for this year's Mania, where she dethroned Charlotte and has a good babyface run with the title. I thought they should have done Sasha versus Ronda, especially if Ronda was going to lose at Mania. Why not? Sasha Banks and Naomi as women's tag team champion being shortened in a six-pack challenge winner gets a Raw Women's Championship is a waste of time, proof on why they walked out to send a message. Well, yeah, it's a waste of the tag team division's time because there's no tag team belts being defended. These takes on Sasha and Naomi situation are horrible. Dumbass company want to keep everything else quiet. Yep. I think the reason why they put that press release out there, that statement, They put it out there for a reason. There must be more what's it called? More things behind the scenes that we don't know about. WWE 2K might be the most here damn it company out there. Yeah, they're been a solid thing. Wheeler Yuta needs to cut his hair or something to separate his look from his best friend's look. He looks like a sitcom character still. I don't care. He knows. I want to feel bad for Sasha Banks, but I can't. There's been multiple times where Sasha Banks has refused to business and gave half-ass effort when shit didn't go her way, which is true. That was my main criticism on Sasha Banks. Like, y'all remember in the old reviews, I'd be like, oh, Sasha Banks is losing because she would have the poo-poo face. Like when Sasha Banks, like back in like 2015, like when Sasha Banks was on the main roster, it was so obvious when she was winning or losing. Because if she was winning, she was like, haven't made it. Like she would be doing everything perfect. But then, like, if she was losing, she barely would move anything or try. Like she would try in the ring, but it was like the body language was just like, oh, like you knew she was losing. Like you know who was bad though recently was Thunder Rosa at the Full Gear pay-per-view. She knew she was losing, and it was like, it's Thunder Rosa. And she had the flag, and she just looked miserable. And she was just like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do this stupid match with Britt Baker. Naomi, I do feel bad for her because she's always been a good sport. Yeah, she's always worked hard, Naomi. Nash Carter has been removed from the most wanted DLC pack. Oh, that doesn't harm me anyways. I would never play as him. Yeah, that situation I've talked about before. WWE don't give a shit. Sasha Banks about to be jobbing to Britt Baker on a random rampage in a few months. CPZ, so I love CPZ. Yeah, unapologetically, I love it, man. I love it, CPZ. I just repaid WWE 2K22 weeks since the Gems release. I haven't played at all. No shame in losing to Ronda. Charlotte just did it. Why can't you, Sasha? Missed out on Naomi versus Bianca too, which would have been fun. Choosing the wrong hill to die on. Like the tag team titles, I understand the importance of them. I really do understand the importance of the women's tag team titles. It's just for me, like, you guys should have known that Vince wasn't going to make you guys into this great tag team like the Dudley Boys. I don't think Vince, like I said, I feel like the tag team belts are really just replica belts. Like they're just there to sell replicas for the belt collectors out there. Like losing to Ronda should not be a thing, or like not be a bad thing at all. No, like Ronda Rousey's a great talent. But I feel like if you wanted to do Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks, it should have been at Mania, should have been at Backlash, and then this should have been the payoff. But who knows about this? You know, this situation could be solved in like a week too. Does this mean John Laurinaitis is the women's tag team champions? We don't know yet. That depends on Vince, to be honest. I think if they don't come back, Naomi would probably settle down, retire, and become a mother. With Sasha Banks would probably transition to Hollywood. Yeah, like I said, all it takes is one role for Sasha Banks to, just break out. You never know, man. David Otunga is now Marvel She-Hulk. Yeah, I know. That was pretty funny. I thought that was Tyron Woodley for a second. It looked like T-Wood. I was like, oh, T-Wood, look at. But then I was like, wait, is that David Otunga? If no one in WWE stood up for these two women, well, what does that say about them? If there's some story played out by Tony Khan, do you think the story would be the same as far as fan outrage? It's funny because, like CM Punk said something, and I'm like, yo, Punk, why didn't you say anything when Tony literally dragged Big Swole to the ground? Like, Tony literally said that Big Swole sucked. Like let's not sugarcoat it. He literally said, "Oh, I let Big Swole go because I thought she sucked." Like that's what Tony Khan literally said. And I don't see Phil tweeting, "Well, Tony, you shouldn't be saying that about a gal that was on our roster. I feel like you should do an apology. Best in the world." No, he didn't do anything like that. He was just probably retweeting Toro Yano fan account or something. Someone said Chelsea Green looks like a riddle, and I can't unsee it. What the heck? LL, Jimmy Uso just went right on with his damn ass. Yeah, Jimmy Uso was just like, all right, babe, I'll see you at the crib. Jimmy Uso's like, I'll see you later. Why did WWE ever put that statement out for? Like I said, I think they put that statement out because they know more than us. There was more to the situation, so they want to beat the situation to the punch. What up, Dijon Saragon? If they bring Sasha back, a feud with Ronda would be fire, especially with the roles of Sasha as a face and Ronda as a heel would make the most sense. Dude, that'd be such a good character. Ronda, the WWE apologist. Like, Sasha, you should be grateful you even have a job here. Where would you be without WWE? Like, like cut these like bad promos and just that'd be such a good gimmick. Because Ronda really does appreciate WWE. Yeah, you can tell with her body language. Yeah, dude, Sasha was like the worst body language, man. Dirty Euros, okay, the best war games ever, WCW. Doesn't help that there's pretty much no women's tag division. We got is Hart and Spade, Shayna and Natalia, which will disappear in a minute. I think they either combine the NXT women's tag and main roster tag divisions or just get rid of them or just retire it, like as you said right here. Don't they have women's NXT UK tag champions or just like a women's NXT UK champion? I don't know. NXT UK. I feel like we don't talk enough about how over Randy Orton is right now, dude. Orton should get that title match soon. I feel like Money in the Bank in Vegas. That's the way to do. Did WWE drop the ball with Cody already? I mean, he's already no. Cody's fine, dude. They have a countdown for this guy. Like Cody Rhodes literally has a countdown before he reviews on Raw. This guy's fine. Wrestling prophecy is fulfilled again. Stone Cold walked out in 2002. Brock Lesnar walked out 2004. Punk 2014. And Sasha Banks 2022. Damn. Who's walking out 2024? Boogeyman in 2K22. What's up, Big Mirror? Box Toast. It seems like these have gotten so much worse since video games because so realistic and so violent. What are we talking about here? I guarantee you Randy and Riddle are about to job to Roman in the next few months and you'll not see them walk out. Oh, Romeo. I gotta get Romeo on the show one day. Romeo will spit that fire. You know what, man? Romeo, I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna send you the link. Let's see what you got to say. Let the people hear. We're gonna let Romeo speak. Let Romeo speak. I feel like that's the move. Send you the link, Romeo, if you want to jump in. Kanye West has won Best Gospel Artist and Best Christian Album of the Year for Christian album. What was Christian about that album? Stevie Breach. Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing, dog? Dude, Stevie Breach, I used to watch all his videos, man. Like, dude, he would open up everything, man. I was like, dude, Stevie Breach reviewed everything too, man. How you doing, man? Sorry about your sack. Oh, no, I think you're a Kings fan. Your Kings got the 4th pick. Did you listen to Jack Harlow's latest albums? It's getting very negative reviews. No, I'm not a big, I like Jack Harlow, but I'm not like the biggest listener of his music, man. Let's be real. Ronda's return is terrible. Boring feud with Charlotte and lost at Mania. WWE really wasted Ronda's return. This is like Goldberg's run. I disagree. I like Ronda Rousey. So The Rock and Mick Foley had such chemistry. They knew how to bounce off each other in these segments. Yes. Tony Khan keeps CM Punk happy. I literally tell everyone I talk to, Tony Khan literally just books CM Punk so safe. He books CM Punk not to piss him off. Like, he's so afraid of pissing off CM Punk. Like, if he pissed off CM Punk, he's like, oh, but can't believe I pissed off Punk. How do you see a scripted MJF in WWE? Do you think he would overcome some of WWE's whacking booking on the fly changes? This is his skin color. It's my skin color. MJF will be fine in WWE. Like, they're writing Cody to say the biggest words possible, and it sounds like he's cutting an AEW promo all the time. I think MJF would be fine if he goes to WWE, just being real. I think that Vince would be fine with it. By that time, I think Vince might have sold the company. Who knows? The reason why CM Punk did not discuss anything about the Big Swole situation is because he's probably a shill for Tony. Yeah, or he just doesn't want confrontation. He just does his own thing. Would you pay to see Ricochet versus Dolph Ziggler? Pay? No, I want to pay to see that. What? Why did Sasha unfollow the Tribal Chief? What did he do? I mean, the Tribal Chief, let's be real. Let's just be real. Roman Reigns did walk out on the company. Did Roman not walk out of the company in during the pandemic? Didn't Roman Reigns say, nah, Vince, I ain't doing these shows in the Performance Center. Believe that? With the pandemic, he went home too. And look at that, he came back. I'm just saying. What was your reaction as an Xbox gamer seeing Starfield and Redfall getting delayed once again? I didn't even know those games were coming out, bro. I don't even play Xbox. I have a PS5. I have an Xbox downstairs, and it's literally just used for streaming apps. That's all it's used for. Sasha equals Stone Cold, Ronda Rousey equals The Rock. It's full circle. Oh, can we get a Limp Bizkit return? Can we get a My Way remastered? And the AEW game movesets in general be limited. Akin and early 2000s wrestling games, while customization options for wrestlers will leave people wishing they have more. The Sports Gamer Online have like a legit game copy? Show us footage. What are y'all doing? But that will hurt AEW if they don't have like a good creative suite, because that's literally what makes 2K22 awesome, is the fact of these creative wrestlers, man. Just saying, do people really actually care about having a women's tag division? I'm fine with the women's tag division, because a women's tag team division gives more opportunities to win, and especially those who are not good singles wrestlers. Does anyone remember in 2020 when it felt like everyone on Twitter suddenly hyper fixated on the Clone High show for a week? Clone? What the heck? Could you imagine Tessa Blanchard and Sasha Banks in a booking meeting trying to sequels? Could you imagine Tessa Blanchard just in general, Sasha Banks? Oh man, I feel like I should go over. Like, oh, she'd be screaming at, oh, look who's here. Look who's here insulting Sasha Banks. We got Romeo from the True Heel Heat channel.
That's my team. That's my team. I know you're a Charger fan, right?
Yeah, of course. Bolt up, baby. Hey, we got one of the best teams.
But I don't think you got one of the best coaches, though.
Don't insult Fortin Staley, all right? He'll do well. But what would you think about Tessa Blanchard and Sasha Banks in a booking meeting to see who goes over? Who do you think wins this one, bro?
That sounds like must-see reality television right there.
Dude, I would be on the fly on the wall just hearing Tessa and Sasha just yell at each other about who should go over in this situation. Roman Reigns doing less dates isn't going to help Sasha Banks and Naomi, since Roman Reigns is going to be backstage less. I don't know about that.
She's Naomi's bloodline. That's why I think they were so fearless, because Sasha Banks knows she has Hollywood in her back pocket. Sasha Banks knows that if she ever got released, she has AEW in her back pocket. Naomi knows she's in the bloodline. She's supporting Sasha Banks too. Like they do have some armor going up against Vince McMahon, but Vince McMahon don't give a shit. Vince McMahon did this to Stone Cold Steve Austin, the biggest box office draw of all time. He trashed him.
Here's a take, Romeo. I said this to a group of my friends. I said, me thinks that this is not just a creative problem. I think there's one common denominator with a lot of issues with the women backstage in WWE. Charlotte has beef with this woman. And notice how all of a sudden this woman gets involved with Sasha Banks and Naomi, and now they're leaving the company. They walk out. I blame Becky Lynch. I think there's something with Becky Lynch. No, I'm being dead serious. Like, look at the common denominator. We hear all these, oh, Charlotte is so horrible and everything like that. Sasha worked fine with Charlotte. Sasha works fine with Naomi worked fine with Charlotte. No one seems to be mad about Charlotte, but we get Becky Lynch in here, and what happens? I don't know. All of a sudden, they're mad about a six-pack challenge. I mean, there's two unsafe workers in those matches.
Yeah, I don't know if Sasha and Becky have the greatest relationship either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like there's a common relationship, man. I feel like there's a common theme here. I feel a lot of people are sleeping on the fact it could be a Becky Lynch issue too.
Maybe they're trying to keep it hush hush because Becky. Everyone loves Becky. They don't want to say anything negative. I don't know. I don't think anything's out of the possibility.
I mean, look at Riddle. Riddle was hated just because of Becky Lynch. Seth Rollins had to hate Riddle, and then once Riddle dropped his wife, Becky and Riddle are now friends. I feel like it's Becky Lynch. I feel Big Time Bex is not just a character; it's a real life monster. I'm being dead serious when I say this, because I look at the whole situation and I just say, hey man, I think Becky Lynch is a common denominator.
I'm trying to remember when's the last time Sasha worked Becky.
Yeah, it's been a long time. What's going on with MJF news? Well, MJF. So there was a redaction. So apparently we heard. I'm using the heel Steven apparently here. Apparently. There was a point that, MJF wanted more money but still stay a free agent in 2024, but that's not the case. It just seems like Tony Khan has to come up to him with the contract, and MJF is wondering what the heck's going on here. And
this is going to be a mess for 18 more months. They got to deal with this. I wonder at what point does Tony Khan just get annoyed with this and just starts taking it out on MJF's booking? Because if you want to make him champion, which I thought was the idea the whole time, guess what? You're increasing MJF's value too
I,
at the same time.
I think SP3 said it best too when I was listening to the Believe Podcast Network podcast yesterday. He truly thinks that this probably affected, like the idea that it was supposed to be Hangman versus MJF at Double or Nothing, which I felt was the move to, because like these AEW fans always tell me, Chase, Tony Khan looks at long-term booking. What better long-term booking is this? Your first event, Double or Nothing. Who were the final two in the first ever match? It was Hangman Adam Page and it was MJF. And can you imagine now they went from a casino battle royale to now they're main eventing Las Vegas? But like now it's just like MJF is back to doing the same thing. Like, Wardlow has to, or sorry, War Pig has to go through like 8 matches just to wrestle MJF at the pay-per-view. It's like, why are we still doing this? Does he have a new gimmick? Like, what's going on?
No, they did have to do the Wardlow story first, though. I mean, I could see MJF Punk at All Out in Chicago. I could see that. But now, does that change, like, with all this contract stuff?
Yeah.
That's a valid point.
Because it just seems like he's not it doesn't seem like, it seems like he wants to get paid. Like, I feel like the situation is this. He wants to get paid a lot of money. Tony Khan is not going to write that contract out right now. And MJF is like, because like initially it was reported, he wants a raise now, and then afterwards he'll become a free agent still in 2024. But it's just that Tony Khan hasn't offered him a contract, and he's like frustrated with that. He's like, I want my contract, man. I want my money. Like,
it's a game of chicken. And, Tony Khan is going to be right in what he's saying. And, sports teams don't do that. But MJF is as good as gone now, I think. Good as gone.
I think
if you upset the player, he's going to leave.
And people always say, "Oh, good luck, MJF, and your luck in WWE." I always tell people, look at his skin color; he's fine. The white boys always
he's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
the star over there.
The white people do fine in WWE. Don't worry about that.
He's a better talker than Miz, and he's a better wrestler. So he'll be like an elevated Miz.
Yeah, exactly. Literally. One of the best scenes about UPN SmackDown was Teddy Long punishing heels by putting them in matches against The Undertaker. SmackDown on UPN was another beast. Yeah, the Kings did get the number 4 pick. I don't know who y'all choosing. I think Jade and Ivy. Get another shooting guard or something.
He's good. My Knicks are number 11.
Yeah, that was a bummer. I don't know.
I expected worse.
Maybe you'll get a Benedict Muchamont or something like that. Is
that the guy from Arizona?
I don't know who I think so.
There's a lot of good guys in the draft. Like, they'll get
I haven't really done tape. I've only watched like the top 4. I like Jabari Smith.
I watched a lot of college basketball this year.
I like Holmgren too. I think Holmgren's mad underrated. I think
he's going to be at worst a very, very solid guy who could do everything.
Yeah, I feel like he'll at least be a bench player. Like, that's what I tell people. Like, he'll at least be a 6 man of the year, like Tyrell Hero. Like, that's his ceiling, is like 6 man of the year or floor. Shout out to
he reminds me of like a little bit of Tayshaun Prince.
Oh,
who else? A little bit of Ariza.
Yeah,
he'd do it all.
Shout out to this man, Ashton Kutcher, went from being an actor to fight end child sex trafficking. His organization helped find 6,000 human trafficking victims. Well, hopefully he can find a shower, because that boy don't shower.
Is that the most random thing you've ever read on here?
Dude, no, Ronan does this all the time. He'll literally just like send random stuff. It's like it's kind of his gimmick, I guess. Have you heard Kendrick Lamar's new album?
I have not, because I'm too busy blasting Bad Bunny's new album.
Oh.
And you got to be in a certain mood to listen to Kendrick Lamar. Like, it's probably deep as fuck.
No, this album's very heavy. Like, I'll say this. It's not for everyone, this album. It's not like there's only one song that I said, yeah, that's going on the radio. But Kendrick's newest album is very, like, you have to listen. Like, Andreas Hale kind of tweeted it, and I totally agreed with what he said in his tweets. You can't just listen to it and put these songs randomly in a playlist. You got to listen to it in order. And then you could.
I do that with every new album.
Yeah, understand it. But like, this one was very mentally heavy, and like, I knew a lot of my friends that were just like, that talked about it. Like, yo, this was like way too deep with me, because like these are some street, like, I know what Kendrick's talking about and stuff like that. People that live in the hood, that like live in like darker areas in California, like actual Inglewood, that Kendrick's from, or have like, issues with fathers and everything like that. They told me, like, hey, this album, it wasn't like traditional Kendrick. It was good, but it's not really. I wasn't in the right mind frame to listen to it. I liked it. It's just, for me, it was just not really his best. It's not To Pimp a Butterfly. It's not Damn. It's like it's Kendrick. It's going to be a good listen. You'll like it.
I feel the same way about J. Cole.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Nate? How you doing, my friend? Did you see the Unreal Engine 5 demo of Japanese train station? It's unbelievable. Japanese, what the heck? Are we driving trains now? Kendrick Lamar deepfakes himself as O.J. Simpson, Kanye West, Juicy Smollett. What are we talking about here with Juicy Smollett? Got guys who are going to jail. Will Smith, Kobe Bryant, and Nipsey Hussle in the music video of The Heart Part 5. Will Ricochet sells moves like his life depends on it, similar to Dolph Ziggler, which is why I asked. Ricochet kind of oversells. Like, he'll I don't know. I guess. My dream finish for Punk and Heyman is FTR helping out Punk and then them being bitter ass heel faction just bitching every week. Chef's kiss.
Oh my!
I feel like the best would be Tony Khan coming out and he just low blows Heyman and then he hugs CM Punk and he gives him the belt and it's like CM Punk and Tony Khan.
I'll tell you what, though, that would make a CM Punk MJF feud even better.
Like, you just have Tony Khan just be the biggest internet mark. He's like, I did this. This is my company. I do whatever. FTR would work, but like now people like them now. Like they like them now because they're wrestling. So Creation Suite is what got me invested in SBR06, which got me into WWE in the first place, dude. Romeo, who was the craziest character you created in wrestling games?
Myself. I create myself every time.
Nice. I always like didn't want to make myself because like no, I was always a weird kid, so I just made fake Jeff Hardys.
No, I can never make. No, I'd have to download other people's stuff. I can't do it myself.
Oh, you're a Jets fan. How unfortunate.
Hey, we're on the rise, man.
What are your thoughts on Zach Wilson? Do you like Zach Wilson? I like Zach Wilson.
I think there's plenty of potential. He showed it in the second half of last year. They fixed the offensive line. They upgraded the entire offense. So this is, you want to see him progress in the next year. Nobody had a better offseason than the Jets. Nobody. Free agency, the draft, everything combined.
Nah, you guys did have a good offseason. Like
I really draft, that first round, my God, they owned it. A+.
Getting the 3 players you got in the first round were amazing. Sauce Gardner going forward was like, especially like. I like Stingley Jr., but not as much as I like Sauce Gardner. And keep in mind,
I'm biased because I'm an LSU fan, so I love Stingley.
Yeah, I'm an Alabama fan, so I've watched both of those boys play. And Stingley, yes, his freshman year he was amazing. Sophomore year and junior year he kind of took a step back. But Sauce Gardner, I tell people, man, watch that tape that he did on who everyone claimed was the best wide receiver in this draft, and Jamison Williams. He made Jamison Williams like have fits and frustrated. Like, we weren't throwing the ball deep. Like, we pretty much just gave them a good dose of Brian Robinson Jr. And so that's why I tell people, man, like Sauce Gardner is a good corner. Getting Garrett Wilson, who I liked a lot. I feel like, he's a Debo Samuel type player. You can kind of do everything with him, and you pair him up with Elijah Mitchell. I always get him in the Cardinals. Elijah Moore, yeah. I always get him in the Cardinals little wide receiver mixed up. That speedster. So you pair him up with there, and you still have Corey Davis as your red zone threat. And then
Braxton Berrios, who's a nice little gadget player. They also signed CJ Uzama, who's also good for the locker room.
I think Uzama is a great.
You got Carl Lawson returning from injury on defense,
and you're pairing that up with Jermaine Johnson, the third, who I was shocked that dropped. I couldn't believe that he dropped. I don't understand these character concerns when he's like an amazing football talent, and that was a great trade up. And then not to mention your second round pick, Breece Hall. I really like Breece Hall from Iowa
Michael
State.
Carter is a nice player too. That's a nice 1-2 punch.
He helped me in fantasy a lot.
I mean, the Jets, it's up to Zach Wilson. It's up to the coach Salah. He has to improve. He was a rookie coach, and it's up to Mekhi Becton. He has to stay healthy at left tackle. My God.
Becton's a good level. I was hoping there was a situation where you guys would draft like Okwembu.
No, what's his name? Oh yeah, the guy that went to Carolina.
Whoever guy went to pick Carolina, and then you guys would cut Becton, then the Chargers would sign Becton and make him a right tackle. Then we would have like a great old line for like the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Did you see the video on Cody Rhodes, Pound the Fan, who looks and sounds like just like his father, Dusty Rhodes? I also saw the tweet where Cody said he hated people who did Dusty impressions. So
he loved that one.
He had fun with that.
That was great.
Already a hypocrite, Cody is. This guy needs to go back. My friend's funny. He used to be all in on Cody Rhodes when he was in AEW. Now he's in WWE. Makes fun of his lisp. I'm like, what's wrong with you, man? Make my finisher like I don't know. Make my finisher like the Canadian Destroyer or something.
My finisher was always the Brainbuster.
Oh, that's a good one, dude. It's a simple one too. Now
it's like a transition move.
Yeah, like the black hole slam. Oh, dude, it's so annoying. I hate when certain moves are like transition moves. Like the Canadian Destroyer is now a transition move. Like Goldust just pulls it off on the apron for no reason.
Goldust needs to stop wrestling. We get it, Goldust. You're fine.
Did you
Dustin Rhodes?
No, did you hear that Dustin Rhodes said that the only reason why he did that match with CM Punk was because Tony Khan let him have 22 minutes?
No, he specifically requested that they need time if he's going to do it. Yeah,
they needed time. I totally
had way too much time.
I totally disagree with what Dustin Rhodes had to say.
There were other matches on the show that should have got more time.
My most anticipated game of 2022 is The Quarry from the makers of Until Dawn and 186. I don't have a game that I'm anticipated for. I guess Pokemon. That's the only game I really play.
I still got games that they're collecting dust that I need to play.
So Becky Lynch is the curse. I'm just saying there's a common denominator, and it's Becky Lynch. I'm just saying there's issues. And who's a common denominator? Becky Lynch. Didn't they do who was it? Who was in the triple threat with Becky with Bianca? Was that Sasha as well? The Saudi show.
Which triple threat?
The Saudi show. Saudi.
That was Bianca, Becky, and
was it Sasha? I thought it was Sasha.
I don't think it was Sasha. Shit, I can't remember, but it was a good match.
It was.
Who do you think has the most? Which wrestler has the most toxic fans? I gotta say it's Becky Lynch.
Becky's up there. Becky's like, it's either Becky.
It's not us Charlotte fans. I'll tell you that.
Oh, no, we respect everyone's opinions. Everyone here, we love it. We disagree if you say Charlotte stinks, but I think it's Becky. Becky fans are one, and then I don't know if like Young Bucks and Kenny Omega fans are fused together, but the elite, those are number two. Like the elite fans. Like
I say Sasha fans are up there too.
Yeah, Sasha fans can be like Sasha fans. Number three. I'll say this. Roman fans, they can be a little bit toxic too. And I'm like one of the biggest.
It was bad before.
Yeah.
It's gotten a little bit better.
Yeah, now it's a little bit more because before it was like you said anything about Roman, like, and I would criticize Roman, and I have people who are legit Roman Reigns, like they're Roman Reigns certified on Twitter. They know I'm a Roman Reigns fan, so when I criticize, it's not me being mean, but I would have like the reject Roman Reigns fans, the supposed fans. They would come at me. I'm like, I like Roman. Leave me alone. And like the worst was when I said, yeah, Roman Reigns ain't gonna go work NXT when it was Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT, and it was like, you guys don't know Roman's character. I'm like, he ain't gonna go to NXT. That's all I said. I didn't insult him. Like acted like I attacked him or something.
Everybody in the chat answer that question too. I want to know what you guys think.
Yeah, that's a great question because I'm wondering. Oh, you know what though? I think Bullet Club fans, they just need to let it go, dude. They're so toxic. Impact Wrestling fans. Okay, I'll say if you ever want to laugh, just when Impact ever announces a pay-per-view match, you will see the same freaking post. You know, they may not be getting the views, but I love the effort that Impact Wrestling's doing. I totally think that people need to forget the past and go watch the current climate of Impact Wrestling. It's like, no, I'm not going to forget the past. I ain't going to watch Impact Wrestling. Will I check out the Queen of the Mountain because it sounds awesome? Yeah. Will I check out Josh Alexander, Eric Young? No. But will I watch Queen of the Mountain? Yeah. Will I check out Slammiversary? Sure. But I ain't gonna go over here and say like, oh man, I gotta give. No, I don't know how they're paying. I just don't get it. How Mia Yim got a 6-month contract? Romeo, how are they paying her? What are they giving her in 6 months?
I guess Mia Yim's just trying to prove her value again because it did go down
a little bit.
Yeah,
she's very talented. She
worked before.
Yeah, WWE definitely.
I'm shocked she didn't go to AEW just considering her husband's there.
You know, man, I think she knows that women's division's true. She's like, you want me to? I'm the original Jade. Remember, I was Jade.
Yeah,
I was Jade. She was the original Jade
right there.
You gonna have her job to Jade? Oh,
Oh, somebody in the chat just mentioned it. The worst fans, the CM Punk fans.
Oh, dude, yeah, Punk fans.
Phil MP6, yeah.
Phil fans are like they. I don't know why, dude. They love this guy, man. They literally love this guy so much, man. Everything Pro Wrestling. He's a Bills Mafia fan. He's saying Bills Mafia in the chat.
That makes us enemies. You know, I respect the Bills, but you guys got to win here. You got to win. The window's right here.
Yeah. What's it called? This is a funny comment. Did you know a rapper Drake followed Nikita Lyons? That's good. I'm glad Drake appreciates Nikita Lyons too, man.
She went viral when she first came on the scene.
Hey, man,
That's part of it.
If Tony Khan really wants to show how he's badass and doesn't give a shit, he should just release him. This guy let Cody Rhodes walk. What's different about MJF?
Release him? They don't release people in AEW. They let the contract expire. They don't want to be like WWE.
Their talent. Christopher Daniels is more focused on the BT Championship. He don't want to call you and like that's such a bad look. When all I hear like Joey, like especially Joey Janela, like you can have your opinions on Joey Janela. You can say, oh, he's will never be. But the thing is that he's well respected in the independent wrestling scene. You would know better than me, Romeo. You're like in the area that pretty much Janela like made his name. Like he's very respected. It's
but
like,
I've only recently got into like GCW.
Oh, okay. But like I'm pretty sure a lot of your castmates on the True Hill Heat station, they will tell you like, yo, like look at Steve. Steve loves Janela. Like that's one of Steve's like secret wrestlers that he likes. He won't admit it because we poke fun of him on it, but he likes it because that's what Janela did. And that's like one of the guys that like, why would you piss that guy off? Because he could offer bookings for some of your smaller AEW wrestlers and stuff like that. Like, wouldn't you want to keep that connection? I don't know.
Gun to your head right now. In 2024, is MJF an AEW or WWE?
WWE.
I agree.
I'm sorry. I'm just like, here's the thing. AEW is going to get more TV money. More WWE wrestlers are going to be released. If you're Tony Khan, you're saying to yourself, do I want another WWE wrestler or do I want MJF? And at the end of the day, the TV money that they're getting, they're going to expect results. And if MJF is not showing any of those, it's like the AJ Styles scene in TNA. People were so upset when TNA didn't re-sign AJ Styles, like back when he was doing like the hooded gimmick and he was like with the beard and everything like that. He had that song, the Evil Ways theme song. People were so pissed, but it was like TNA was like, look, this guy was not bringing results in. We wanted to free up money so we could sign other guys, and that didn't work out for them. But for AEW, who knows in 2020? What if Seth Rollins all of a sudden says, Vince, I'm so upset I leave? Or is AEW going to say
I don't think he does. I think he's a lifer.
But we never know. Like,
right.
Seth and Charlotte could be like free agents in 2024. Are you really going to say no to Seth and Charlotte and re-sign MJF?
Yes. I think even if the contracts are the same from WWE and AEW, I think MJF still chooses WWE.
I think so too. I think WWE. I think the thing is, like, I tell people, these wrestlers are ambitious. He knows what the AEW climate is. Like, he knows like what it's like backstage and what it does. Like, he knows. And the thing is, he's still young. Even if he like flops in WWE, he still at least can say, "Oh, he's a former WWE name," and he's not going to flop either way. Like, he's going to be fine. Yes. Like. The thing is like Cody Rhodes being presented how he's presented, it should give a lot of AEW wrestlers a little bit more like, oh, that's like I tell people the hot take that I have is that Nick Khan is really the mastermind behind all this shit. Like, Nick Khan is really trying his best to like make it where it's a little bit more wrestler friendly. Like, unfortunately, he had to let go a bunch of talent. Like, he really did. But that was talent that were signed on deals that he felt like, how do they benefit us? That's how he viewed it and stuff like that.
And also by then, like MJF, that's still 18 months away. Like, he might have accomplished everything there is to do in AEW. Like, he might want a new challenge,
Exactly. Like, what if Tony Khan says, you know what? I know we're arguing about the contract, but let's make you world champion. You're the only guy that makes sense that could feud with like a Wardlow, with a Darby for the belt and stuff like that. Like you're the only guy that makes sense to be champion at this time, and then we'll have you drop it to someone else. That could be a possibility. Like he already becomes champion.
I could see Wardlow going over too. Like, they love Wardlow from what I heard in WWE. I think almost anybody could go over except for the Young Bucks.
Yeah, the only wrestlers I feel like that won't go over Sammy Guevara is one of them recently. I kind of feel like he's AEW lifer. He just feels that way, like especially with what they're doing on TV.
I think Chris Jericho is absolutely going back.
Oh,
Eddie Kingston, I don't see going over either.
No. Vince will look at it and be like, "What is this, a fan? Oh, is this the new producer? Oh yeah, you could be with Petey Williams." Like, I don't think Eddie Kingston's a producer.
Eddie doesn't want to anyway.
Yeah, no, but like, yeah, no, Jericho's going back. Like a lot of these wrestlers, they'll go back. Like
even Moxley for a Shield reunion down the line, not anytime soon. Down the line, there's too much money in the Shield reunion. He will go back.
Well, I also told people too, like Moxley, the minute that he loses that little passion, that's what I tell people with Finn Balor, is that I always felt Prince Devitt did everything he did in New Japan, and WWE, it was like one of those things where he's like, oh yeah, I'm just here to make money, dude. Like I'm just here to be in the States, make money. Yeah, Shinsuke
not
too.
Get hurt all the time.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like people forget Finn's age. Like I remember when people were like, I'm so glad WWE's pushing young stars over Roman. Finn's older than Roman. What are you talking about?
That's true.
I know we make fun of wrestlers like Punk, Sasha, and Brett for being passionate, but I find that a positive thing since they give a damn about the crowd. There's a line between being passionate and being I don't know how to say it, like bitter, angry. Punk's always angry. Like I just feel like he's just like angry. That's just like how he's wired. Bret Hart. Oh, Bret don't like anyone, dog. I don't even think Bret likes his cat. Like if he has a cat, he probably hates his cat too.
I love how Bret always finds a way to get Goldberg into every conversation.
I love how he's like, yeah, Goldberg made all that money. You could have sent some my way. I'm like, I love the pettiness though. Hey, being petty is fine. Out of Brock, Austin, and Sasha, which walkout would you say is most justified from order to greatest to least, and which one is the most shocking?
Justification, Austin is number one.
Yeah, 100%. He didn't. Why was he going to feud with Lesnar randomly on a Monday Night Raw? Not even a feud. It was a match, and he was going to lose. That's a money match. And then he's your top guy, and you're treating him like you're pretty much like replacing Austin with The Rock when The Rock is not really solidified to be there much longer. So like Austin felt pretty upset.
I don't think Brock counts because his contract ran up, didn't it?
No, he was supposed to still, like he had like 6 more months in his contract, and then he just said, "No, I'm leaving. I'm gonna go play football."
That would be the least. That would be second.
Second.
Punk 3, Sasha's the worst by far.
Yeah, Punk is like kind of like I always tell people with the CM Punk podcast, people will say, "Well, listen to it again," and I'll listen to it again, and I'm like, man, why is CM Punk always saying yes to Vince? You could have said no. Like Punk is like, I'm trying to be a good soldier. I'm trying to push through and do all these things. And it's like, Punk, you could have literally just told Vince, nah, dog, not today. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have to come back after knee surgery. You didn't have to come back after getting LASIK. Like, you chose this. You said, yeah, I'll do it.
And what's the most shocking? I'd say Sasha's the most shocking because I don't think it's the least justified. I would then go Brock and Punk, Austin.
Yeah, Punk was kind of like, Punk was weird. It just said like, oh yeah, he left, and I was like, oh, he'll be back, and then he didn't come back.
Middle of feud with Corporate Kane, I think at the time.
Yeah, Corporate Kane eliminated him from the Rumble. Kane. Yeah, it was Corporate Kane, and then he was going to feud with Triple H at Mania, and that was a famous where he told Triple H, "I'm sorry, but I don't need you. You need me."
I was there at that Mania live in person. There were a lot of people who thought Punk was going to return that night.
WrestleMania 30.
CM Punk chance.
He was going to help Bryan Danielson win the World Championship.
Yeah.
Do all you freaking commenters have gimmicks? Probably. I don't know. Yagan King asked me about anime, and like he tells me to rank everything or honest thoughts. Ronan Ghost literally just, I don't know. He just says some random shit in the chat sometimes. I'm just like, yo, we talk about something else, man. Do you agree with Becky Lynch on why storytelling is more important in professional wrestling? What'd she say? I don't know what she said. I don't read every interview Becky Lynch says.
It doesn't sound like she'd be the only person to say that.
Vehicles
said that before. Cody Rhodes probably said it.
Yeah. Whose vehicle's great? Thoughts on Jeff Hardy's AEW run so far?
He's gonna die. He's going to die in AEW. They're gonna have their own Owen Hart. Like I am.
Oh, jeez.
Is that a bit too dark? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is. Oh my god.
Especially the Owen Hart tournament. Yeah, he is gonna die there. He's gonna lose years of his life.
I do agree his body's catching up to him because, like, I don't know what it is, but it seemed like Jeff is eating good now. Like in WWE, they must have put him on some meal plan because he was looking fine in WWE.
No,
now
but he was hitting people with that swanton. He was killing people with that swanton. He still is. I think that's why WWE didn't even care about him going. Like they were like, they saw him in the ring. Like it was like he still has that star power. Like everyone loves him, but in ring, it's like you could see he's lost a step.
Yo, dude, he doesn't even do whisper in the wind anymore. He barely he doesn't even try that move anymore.
I don't fucking blame him. Just fucking break his neck.
That was like one of his go-to moves. But yeah, no, Jeff Hardy, like, yeah, I do agree. His body, he just looks bad. Thoughts on Veer? Maybe if Veer was actually like, treated like, Veer dressed as nice. He like, I don't know. Vince is stupid. Vince still thinks he eats with his fingers. I don't get it. Little Keed had serious stomach pain days ahead of passing. Oh no, rest in peace. If you have a chance to leave your job and you're being taken advantage of, would you do it? I have.
Who's being taken advantage of? Who is being taken advantage of? Are we talking about Sasha and Naomi? How are they being taken advantage of? How? Don't get me started.
Do you remember when Batista pulled a Kanye West on Maria Kanellis at the Slammy Awards? I do. It was a funny moment. I like that pink shirt.
But I am reminded of Batista's "I Quit." Remember his "I Quit" promo?
Yeah,
he's in the wheelchair.
Yeah,
that's a way to quit. That's a way to quit.
Yeah, he had the spotlight on and everything. Why is Tony Khan so determined to keep Scorpio Sky as a heel? They did an angle on Rampage that made Sammy Guevara the face and him the heel by turning on Kazarian.
That whole thing is a mess. Like they had the chance to make Andrade their double TNT champ, and they passed on it. That was the guy.
Dude, Andrade was literally right there, and for whatever reason, Tony Khan loves Sammy Guevara too much. And it's like, I tell people this: the reason why people are booing Sammy Guevara is just because he's an asshole, pretty much. Like he's a legit real life asshole.
Never likable. Never likable.
Yeah, like look,
he's got babyface offense, but he's not a babyface character.
It's like the thing is with Sammy Guevara is this: the guy literally like engaged to his girlfriend live on television. And now all of a sudden it's like we're supposed to, and then all of a sudden he tries to cover it up like, oh yeah, we broke up and stuff like that. And then him and Tay Conti, they're trying to say, oh yeah, it wasn't me. And then they just say, screw it, let's just reveal on Christmas of all days that we're dating. And then they reveal that they're dating, which is fine. But it's like, how am I supposed to like this guy? And then Scorpio Sky, this whole Kazarian thing. It was like, I know a lot of AEW fans. They'll say, well, you guys just got yourselves confused. I think it was confusing. I think you guys are just not understanding. No. What I saw after the ladder match was Scorpio Sky gentlemanly shook Kazarian's hand in a sign of respect. I don't know. Maybe I saw a different tape, but I saw that he was being formed as a babyface. But because they have to have Paige Van Zant wrestle for whatever flipping reason, we're getting this.
By the way, Paige's punches. Oh my God, they're Shane McMahon. Like
you are a legit fighter. You punch worse than Shane. Like I was like, what was it? Dude? Go watch that ladder match again. She don't even connect one punch on Tay Conti. I'm like, what?
Killed the match for me. Let's kill the match. And she did it twice in that match. It was awful.
I can't wait to be in my suite at Double or Nothing. Drunk out of my mind, just being like, let's do this. I might go to the club.
Yeah, I mean it ends early enough.
How are Cody? How do you like Cody Rhodes' return so far? Alyssa, I love it. He's
being treated like a star. Love it.
He's a big.
He's won both matches against Seth. Do you think he wins the third, the Hell in a Cell? I could see them giving it to Seth just to give him one.
They could give it to Seth, but then it's like.
Because Cody's going to win Money in the Bank for sure.
Yeah, Cody's 100% money.
So he'll have the last laugh.
I feel like they could give it to Seth, but I feel like Seth's character works better if he's losing and he's like, oh my God, and he starts freaking out and he's going deeper and deeper into his insanity and stuff. So you could go either way. Like I'd be fine with the Seth win because he kind of needs it, but even if Cody wins, I'm not upset. Like that's the thing with Cody, you can't make him too strong. Like this is the problem. Wrestling fans will hate it though if Cody loses because they're like, see. Buried him already. And it's like, no. It's like the thing with what made Cena fail was the fact that Cena just felt like he would never lose, and we just knew he would never lose. Cody can take a loss, but my problem is like Hell in a Cell is like one of those matches, especially for WWE fans, that builds a street cred. Like, oh, you're tough if you can be in Hell in a Cell. And that's what I feel like hurts Drew, was the fact that Drew's title loss is inside Hell in a Cell against Randy Orton. Like, why is Drew McIntyre dropping a world title to Randy Orton? And in the next pay-per-view, he needs a retirement home to help him beat up Randy Orton in an ambulance match. Like,
you're going to have people complain either way if Cody's winning too much or if Cody's losing. I got another question for you. Do you think the countdown to Cody stuff, do you think that's a way for them to get the viewers who don't normally watch WWE or AEW fans like, oh, Cody's on, you might want to tune in? Or do you think it's just a tactic for them to see how Cody brings in viewers ratings wise, to make sure they're doing the right thing, to make sure Cody's the right guy to dethrone Roman Reigns?
I think it's the latter. I definitely think it's the latter. I think they want to see where Cody's at, especially because he's on the flagship show now. I know SmackDown's considered more of the flagship, but Raw is still the flagship brand. And I think they want to see, like, hey, Cody, we putting in a lot of time and investment on you. You're signing the autographs. You're staying a little bit extra after the house shows and everything. We want to see what you're doing, because like Cody's going to be the one carrying those Saturday Night Main Event house shows. He's going to be the one being the main star of the house shows now. So this is definitely a litmus test. I definitely feel like this is like, hey, how much interest and engage is Cody Rhodes really having on the company? Because they want to know that for sure. But yeah, they need to have him to dethrone Sasha Banks. Not Sasha Banks. He can be Sasha Banks too. Did you see? Hey, did you see that UK wrestling card, Romeo? Did you see that UK wrestling card?
Is that the Authors of Pain show?
With Alistair Overeem versus Braun Strowman.
Yikes! What are we doing?
I don't know, but hopefully Alistair Overeem's back.
There will have to be like nothing going on that night for me to check that out.
It probably is a night. Have you guys played Dead by Daylight? Nope, I am not playing no horror games. You can have fun with that, but not me.
Dead Space was my favorite horror game.
What were your thoughts back in the day on the Cody and Schleg Daddy Twitter feud? That was a hilarious Twitter feud. So
I don't even know what that is.
So OTR Central, one of the YouTuber pioneers, him and Cody Rhodes got into a beef because this is when Cody would respond to everyone. I was blocked by Cody Rhodes at one point just because I tweeted at him. I'm unblocked.
What'd you say?
It was like a crossbar. So what happened was, it was like a crossbar. So Brandy had an assistant. And I said, why does Brandy need an assistant? And then I literally just said that. And then and then Cody got mad at me. Like, it's like the tweets are deleted now. Like, I deleted all those tweets.
You know who I'm blocked by?
Who?
Baron Corbin.
Oh, what'd you say to Corbs?
Baron Corbin on Instagram, he uploaded a picture of him and his bird. And I left a comment. I was just like being a dick to a heel. I was like, I wonder which one of these two has the bigger brain. I got blocked for it. My most random block was Kevin Nash. Like I was actually defending Kevin Nash, but I think the thread, he just blocked everyone that was in the thread. I defended Kevin Nash and I got blocked. But the two that I definitely deserved, I deserved the Xavier Woods one because I was being a little about Paige. No, I was like being a dick. I was like, bro, focus on Raw and not video games. I got blocked for that. So I'm like, hey, look, that deserves a block. And then I think the Sami Zayn one, I said, you forever a jobber. Jeez, he deserved that too.
Yeah,
Sami Zayn's one of the nicest guys.
Yeah, I was being a little dick back then. I think I was on more alcohol than usual. But yeah, those two I'll for sure admit, like, yeah, I deserve those blocks. That's fine and stuff like that. But yeah, the Cody one was random. I was like, why does Brandy have an assistant? Then his whole fans attacked me, and I was like, oh, this is too crazy and stuff like that. Damn. So, but yeah, the Cody and Schleg Daddy feud was hilarious because Cody thought Schleg Daddy posted a picture of him and Kenny kissing, but that was a picture that another fan posted. So it was a wild time, the wild times of the YWC back in the day. I miss old school YWC. Roman, you and True Hill Heat would have thrived in the old school YWC.
Oh my god! But we would have been blocked by everyone.
No, you guys would have been fine, dude. We had Wrestling Jesus. We had a bunch of menaces in, in the YWC, man. Bunch of menaces. Mitch Smith. Oh, y'all, I could imagine SP3 would have rock bottom Mitch Smith. With Sasha Banks and Naomi walking off of Raw, will they be vacating the tag titles for Adam Pearce to start a tournament?
They should just get rid of them.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's good for women's tag team wrestling. The small amount that it is, but yeah.
Let the Toxic Attraction titles get treated way more better. Like
Exactly.
they can take it seriously. Let them do it.
That's why I try to tell people watch 2.0. Everyone's like, "Oh, WWE, they don't have no future." Are you guys not watching 2.0? They're actually pushing people they like. Like that's what 2.0 is. It's pushing people they like, and then they're gonna go on the main roster.
If you know who the Creed brothers are, they're coming. They are legit. They are a fun part.
I love 2.0. Like I tell people all the time, 2.0 is my guilty pleasure.
It's got a bad rap. It's got a bad rap, but it doesn't deserve the bad rap it's got.
My hot take is this. I think 2.0 is one of the best wrestling shows out there. It's
way better than SmackDown.
Yeah, it has like campy 90s wrestling storylines with ruthless aggression style in ring, and I grew up with that.
They need to go all the way because it's a very horny show.
Yeah,
the show should be on at like midnight, and it should be like fucking old school ECW.
Exactly. Like you need it where it's like a time, so that way the rating makes sense why it's so bad.
Yeah.
Because like for me, it's like I like what 2.0 does because it's like I said, the wrestlers are put like when I used to watch old NXT. That's why I liked old NXT because old NXT was like the one where I was all like, oh man, like. Old NXT is one of those things where it's like these guys, they're going to be the top stars of WWE. That's why I'm excited to watch these guys. But then they just stayed there. They were fine with being in NXT. And I was like, no, like y'all need to go up, like do better upstairs and stuff. And that's why
there's still a lot of people there that have no business being there. Like, why is Io Shirai still in NXT? Are you kidding me?
She must like Florida. She probably told Vince, like, nah, I like Florida too much. Like, I don't want to travel.
Does Cameron Grimes need to be there anymore? No.
Yeah, I think he's a good
Santos Escobar.
I don't understand why Santos Escobar still. He's in one of the best storylines right now.
It is funny.
Feud of the year. Like it's not even close. Like this is the Spanish mafia versus the real mafia. This is legit. I'm afraid for these men's lives.
we need the black stable though too, and NXT to like mess with the Italians and the Mexicans.
Yeah,
we're gonna step it up.
There's gang warfare in NXT 2.0. Roderick Strong was the curse of WWE NXT. Leave Roddy alone. He just wants his release. He just wants to go wrestle at Davey Richards at what promotion he's in. Davey Richards MLW.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, I don't watch any pro wrestling live streams on Twitch. I tried to watch Johnny Gargano, and he made the worst move I've ever seen in Madden history. He signed Chris Godwin to like a big contract, and I was just like, "What are you doing, Johnny Wrestling?" And yeah, he didn't know what he was doing, and he's a good guy. Adam Cole, I heard he has a great Twitch channel, but he plays games that I don't play. So yeah,
I don't have the time. Maybe I'll check out Brandy Lauren once in a while because I'm a perverted fuck. But that's it.
Dana White be giving Charles Oliveira that Cena booking. Guy gets ass kicked most fight, then bam, he goes Super Cena one, no sells everything and win. Dude, Charles Oliveira should like have lost his last 3 fights, but because everyone respects him on the ground, they don't just pounce on him and beat the fuck out of him. They're just like, oh well, I gotta respect him on the ground. I can't just do like I thought the Michael Chandler fight should have been stopped. He was not moving at some point, and for whatever reason, the referee was okay with it. Dustin Poirier should have beat his ass. And Justin Gaethje had it where Oliveira was just standing, laying there. And instead of just going in and saying, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to go ahead and hit him as hard as I can, he just was like, come on, man, get up. And I was like, what are you doing? Don't just look at them. Like, but yeah, no, that
his fights are now like must-see TV, Oliveira.
Dude, I love Oliveira, dude. Like, he just goes in and he just like, it's just pressure. It's just like, people just don't know how to solve it. Like, they just melt under the fact that he's so lanky for the division too.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks fan base or Bianca Belair fan base, which one is more toxic than the other? Dude, Bianca fans are nice. I've never met a mean Bianca Belair fan.
Sasha's worse.
If you were to compare WWE superstars in this generation to today's Dragon Ball's characters, who would they be?
Oh, that's all you. That's all you.
Dude, this is like too much for me right now. Goku's John Cena. How about that, Ronan? Y'all gotta ask
Roman Reigns.
that are quick. Oh, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is Frieza, bro. He's or Beerus, the god of destruction. Oh man, y'all and Keenan in general are going at about the Sasha thing. The current climate of TNA is embarrassing. The past remains golden. Well, yeah, dude, Eric Young's getting a world title shot. That's what everyone wants. Psycho EY, baby. Getting that title shot.
Impact's better than SmackDown.
Is it now?
Yes.
Roman Reigns fans are only terrible for me when they think he's a megastar as big as Steve Austin or The Rock, with many casuals before when he was a face legit crapped on him that I know. That's true. Roman Reigns is
kayfabe wise, though, Roman Reigns is going to be bigger than both those two. Kayfabe wise.
Kayfabe wise, yes. Going to have all the accomplishments in the world.
Yes.
But
longevity too, more longevity.
But casual wise, yeah, no, he ain't no Rock or Stone Cold. Like I remember my ex when we went to SummerSlam, she saw Roman Reigns and goes, "Wow, who's Jason Momoa wrestling?" I was all like, "It's not Jason Momoa."
Do you think we ever get Rock Roman?
Yeah, I think it's possible. Look, Dwayne is rarely opening up his schedule. He's not, and I also feel like Shazam getting pushed up from the DC schedule, not just because the Flash, the Ezra Miller actor, is an idiot and keeps getting arrested in Hawaii. I do think that they pushed it up for a reason. I think Rock wants to be free for Mania. Just depend, and his film schedule is less. It's just Red Notice and the Shazam or the Black Adam, whatever he's playing as.
It's going to be interesting because if Cody wins Money in the Bank, and you have to get a word from The Rock that no, I'm not going to make it for WrestleMania, and then you put Cody Roman at WrestleMania if that's the case.
That's a good contingency plan, Cody versus Roman and stuff. Like I like that they're not blowing their load with Cody versus Roman. They're taking time with like, hey, we got to get Cody and Roman out there and stuff. Yeah. Toxic Punk fans. Serious question: how did Impact lose you, and when was the last time you enjoyed their product? I saw Magnus as world champion, and I said no.
I enjoy it now. I'll watch the pay-per-views. I don't watch the weekly show, but I watch the pay-per-views. I never watched the old Impact, so I'm one of those guys. I never got that sour experience of them ruining it for me because I never watched it.
Magnus was world champion. That's when I stopped watching continuously. But the straw that broke the camel's back for me was when Matt Hardy won the TNA title. And it's not because Matt Hardy won. It was because TNA had him win just because there was a shock factor in his hometown, even though they were pushing that. It sounds crazy to think now that people love this guy, but EC3 was the man. Everyone wanted EC3 as world champion. And they gave it to Matt Hardy. And the worst part was TNA did not have any footage of Matt Hardy as world champion filmed. So TNA was in such a bad point, Romeo, that they used to film way worse than they do now. They used to film 2-3 months in advance.
Damn.
So they filmed 2 months in advance of random matches. Matt Hardy became the world champion, but since Matt Hardy was not in any of that footage, they decided to have Matt Hardy vacate the belt for no reason. Matt Hardy did some pre-tapes where he vacated the belt. And then they had these random matches that were considered championship classic matches. But none of these matches, these wrestlers were wrestling like for the championship. Some of them were squash matches. I was like, what is this? So that's where it lost me.
Man, was he regular Matt Hardy or like Big Money?
This was big. So he was regular Matt Hardy, and then like he won the belt, and then for like 2 backstage segments, he became Big Money Matt. No, he was still regular Matt Hardy. He vacated the belt. He beat EC3 at the end of the championship series. I don't know how Matt Hardy won the championship series, even though he didn't film any matches for it. He won the belt again, then became Big Money Matt, and then Jeff Hardy jumped on him, and then that's how he became Broken Matt.
Right.
Yeah. I know that lore because I kept up with that portion, but I was just like, no, I hate what TNA did there. It was like whatever. At that point, I was like, what does this company need to do? And then Mickie James got killed, and she came back after getting killed. So I was just like, what is this? James Storm really killed her.
Right?
Yeah, James Storm pushed her in front of a train.
That's right.
Yeah, she got killed, and she came back like it was nothing. That's good that Impact is better now. Y'all can watch it. Like I tell people, y'all can watch it, man. Chase, when I shared the Ilya Dragunov WWE 2K22 screenshot, what was your reaction to his character model? He looked good. I mean, it's an entrance.
What, does it look bad?
No, I don't know. He wants my reaction to everything.
By the way, I love Ilya Dragunov. I love him, and I've only seen him a handful of times.
I love watching his matches. Like whenever UK Twitter tells me, "Oh, Ilya Dragunov just wrestled Noam Dar," I'm like, oh, I'm watching that. Chiefs
Can't wait to see how Vince ruins him.
I forget. I always forget, Philip, you're a Chiefs fan. It's so disgusting. Christopher Daniels might as well be the Curry Man instead of fake Undertaker on BTE. Yeah, at least he'll hide his face.
For the Chiefs fan, are you ready to acknowledge that Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in the NFL?
Oh my God,
Joe Burrow is my favorite NFL player.
He's not Justin Herbert. Jay Herbo.
You got a good quarterback over there.
Do you think
fuck it up?
Do you think replace Sasha Banks with Bianca Belair? She kind of likes Sasha Banks. Vince McMahon liked Bianca Belair more. Feels she not? I'm unprofessional. So pretty much what Alyssa said there was that Sasha's unprofessional and Bianca Belair isn't, which is true. Bianca Belair is a constant professional.
Bianca's a WWE lifer.
No, 100%. She's really like the first NIL person. If you want to really dig deep about it, I mean, track star could have tried out for like Olympics and everything like that. I don't think it's necessary. Last of Us doesn't need another remake. The graphics are fine still.
I can't wait to watch that show.
No, it's a video game.
no. But they're making it into a show too.
That doesn't exist in my mind.
You're not gonna watch it?
That doesn't exist. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow.
That don't exist.
Is that gonna be HBO? I think it's HBO.
It doesn't ring a bell. It's almost like they made like an Uncharted movie too that I don't think ever existed either.
When you watch the show, I think it's gonna be good, especially who they casted. I think it's gonna be damn good.
It's called. I'll watch the show. It's called the movie. It's called the video game. I'll just play the video game again.
No.
People forget MJF tried out for WWE Tough Enough. Yeah, man. I love it.
WWE's always been on his. Like, you have a dream, you're gonna eventually go for it.
I love this comment because it's true. WWE cleared cap space. They want to offer people big money. Exactly. They're cutting out all the dead cap. They're just like
more cap space.
They're like, Bray Wyatt, we paying you how much? No, to say oogly boogly? No, get out of here.
Where is he?
Dude, this is why they call him. Dude, he's just enjoying life. He married JoJo, and that's it. Let him. Him and JoJo are enjoying life.
Oh, I think Chase accidentally pressed the back button. It happens to me. It happens to me all the time. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I hit
something.
It
happens to the best of us.
Which one?
I said it happens to the best of us. I do that all the time too.
Yeah, I hit the back button on my thing. Now I lost all the okay, there we go. They're still arguing. I prefer if Naughty Dog did the director's cut of Last of Us Part 2, knowing half the Naughty Dog development staff left after the game's reception. That's what Part 2 is one of the worst stories. It's a good game.
I haven't finished it.
You never finished it?
No.
The story just makes no sense. And then the back and forth of the characters you go through, it's kind of goofy. Becky's fans from 2008 to present. Brian fans from 2013 to oh yeah, those Brian fans were very toxic. They were just very like, oh, you're not push Daniel Bryan. He's gonna be a needle mover. They ain't moving any needles.
It's all good answers.
What years are peak Chase Oliver? Peak years for me. Like I'm still in my peak.
Aren't they still in your future?
Yeah, I'm still.
The best is yet to come.
Yeah, the best is yet to come.
Dang, but peaked already.
But earlier years, definitely 2011 was like the best year. 2011 and 2019 are like two of my favorite years of my life. Like 2011, I graduated high school. I was in the best shape of my life, and I was just a killer. I was just having a great time and stuff like that. And
2011, I joined the Air Force.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's some of my peak years too.
And then 2019, I graduated college with my undergrad and stuff like that.
You're still going to become a wrestler, aren't you?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, going to Knox Pro, trained by the legendary Rikishi. So Rikishi Miro sometimes sounds by there. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna become a Samoan, bro.
You're gonna be in the bloodline.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna be with Solo Sikoa and Usos and Roman.
I'm gonna because the cool thing about that too is like you're pretty much like Rikishi feels like your ready match. They book you on a show and you face Jacob Fatu. which is like,
Oof.
oh, dude, if you want to show that you're ready to be in the wrestling world, Jacob Fatu is like the guy to go against, man.
Welcome to
like
the business, pal.
Yeah, so he's like so they have like the champion, right? And so the pretty much a champion defends against Jacob Fatu, but like he's not going to win the school championship, so he just kind of beats you up, and then you get a DQ. But like that's how you know it's like you're ready is when you fight Jacob Fatu. So like that's like the cool thing. And plus it's in LA and stuff, and I was weighing my options, and I felt Rikishi School would be the best school to train at, because even if I do lose a lot of weight, I'll still be kind of like in that bulky build. And I feel like Rikishi could help me with that like style of wrestling, because I ain't gonna be no damn high flyer. I ain't gonna do no crazy stuff. Like I'm gonna be more ground based. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna be a promo guy. I can't wait to call Jonathan Gresham a money pit, taking all of Ring of Honor's money and ain't doing anything with it. I can't wait to tell New Japan that I need to become the IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion. I mean, it's called the United States Heavyweight title. Why is it being defended on non-American soil? It should be here in America, being defended by a true American like myself. That's all I want to do. I just want to defend the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship and represent it well. And then I'll go to Ring of Honor, call Jonathan Gresham a money pit, saying that you're stealing money from Ring of Honor. That's all you are. You're not a real wrestler. Like, you're just someone that pretends to be a wrestler. And I'm going to take that belt. Then I'll go to AEW, take their belts. And then after that, I'll go to WWE, take their belts. That's the plan.
I can't get on the Jonathan Gresham stuff because Jordan Grace is my good friend. She follows me on Twitter. I don't know if you know Jordan Grace.
Oh, Jordan Grace is great. I know I like Jordan Grace. I have nothing wrong with Jordan Grace. I'm just saying, Jonathan Gresham, you paying all this money to this guy, and I don't see no results.
I would love to see you knock off Juice Robertson when he's like a 35-time United States champion.
Hey, that would be me, man. I'll be representing. I actually do want to look at New Japan Strong. That would be like a cool, because most of their shows are based in California too. So it'd be there's a lot of good California wrestling. Like the California wrestling scene is so popular right now. Yeah, PWG, that'd be cool. Like some of the guys that they have there are just awesome, and especially if I get to tangle with like Garcia and like Yuta and those
You've been to PWG shows, right?
No? Sometimes it just depends. Like it's hard because they're on at weird time. Right? They're like 9 p.m. No, they're like at weird. Like they start super late at night and stuff like that. But I would love to go to more and stuff. I used to go to like the older shows when they were like in that small little gym and stuff, and they had like the atmosphere and stuff. I used to go to those a lot. We also got like CMLL. They come up here and stuff. They're always in the Riverside area. California Wrestling Championship from Hollywood. That's another popular independent. Used to be NWA affiliated, but I think it's no longer NWA affiliated. So, which is a bummer. I would have liked to become the NWA World Champion too, but one time maybe I'll go beat up Cardona too. Mid Cardona, Mid Dona. He's over here, just enjoying his toy collection, and that's fine and all, man. You have a good toy collection, that's fine, but let me have the real belt, okay? 10 pounds of gold. I want to be 10 pounds heavier. But yeah, if people who think I'm cocky, this is the mindset you got to have. I want to be the best. I want to be the best, man. I'm watching all whoever like Speedball Mike Bailey. I'm gonna get that, man. I'm gonna teach you a lesson. I don't care if they see this. I'm telling you right now, this is going to happen.
What would it take for you to walk out on Vince McMahon?
Honestly, if he told me to do like a Nazi gimmick, if he told me like a Nazi gimmick, or an incest gimmick, like if he put me up with like a diva or a women's wrestler, it was all like, you two are brother and sister. I'd be like, I'm good, cuz. I'd be like, Tony, will you take me back?
I got a question for you. If you were a wrestler and you were married in your personal life, and they asked of you to like make out with someone on screen, another wrestler, would you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
if your wife had a problem with it?
I'm an entertainer. I gotta entertain the fans. That's the thing. Like here's the thing.
That's what happened with Lashley and Lana.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
That kind of shit.
When I was in high school, I was in a play and I had to kiss a girl. And the girl I wasn't a girlfriend, it was just a girl I knew at the time, she didn't like that. And I said, it's part of the play. So she didn't want to see me anymore because of that. And I said, that's so stupid, because it's not that serious. It's not like I'm going to fall like that. That's the thing. Cause like also too, I like look, if I become an actor too, if I get acting opportunities, that's going to happen. They're gonna say, hey Chase, go love this chick and stuff like that. Like, look, one of my dreams is to be in a Hallmark movie. I'm gonna have to kiss some girl if I'm in a Hallmark movie. Come on, man. Like Hallmark movies, that's all they are. It's always like, oh, the Grinch who stole Christmas, and then they make out at the end. Like, that's a Hallmark movie. So I will always say, like, screw it. Like, hey, if I have to kiss this girl and she has to be my fake wife, dude. First of all, wedding segments, they draw numbers. People love those segments. They always draw numbers. Like, I don't know why. People like just love wrestling wedding segments. So I'll be in a hot wrestling segment that'll get a bunch of YouTube views and stuff. Like, yeah. Screw it.
Yeah, I could see you and Nikita Lyons in a few years having an on-screen romance.
Okay, then I gotta tell my wife gonna get those papers. She's gonna get the riddle papers. She's gonna get those divorce papers. Oh, if I was with Nikita Lyons, Chase, what's a movie you watch after viewing in theaters and waiting to stream it digitally and make you say this doesn't give me the same atmosphere in the theaters? Spider-Man: No Way Home. It didn't hit the same. It was weird when the other two Spider-Man came. Sorry if you haven't seen it by now. That's on you. But when the other two Spider-Man came, it was weird not hearing cheerings and stuff. Like, it felt weird.
Avengers Endgame too.
Yeah. All right. Bret Hart does not like the new WWE title. Well, I do. I bought it. I bought one. It's right. I bought the spinner too, and everyone hates that belt. I think I like belts no one likes. Do you think WWE high on Omos because of what MVP sees in him? What does MVP see in him?
Right. They threw him with him.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever saw anything in him.
They were like, oh, Malcolm Bivens don't want to do this. Why can't NBA fans just accept that James Harden ain't in it? Multiple MVP seasons and always chokes in the playoffs.
I think they have grown to accept that now.
I think during the Rockets years, they were just like so like, it's the team. Like, you can't win with this player.
He fell off quick.
Yeah, but James Harden now, it's just you realize it's like he was very limited. Like Kobe Bryant said it best. Like Kobe Bryant did a sit down with Tracy McGrady, and they asked about Harden because people were comparing Harden to McGrady and Kobe, saying, "Oh, this is one of the best offensive," and he is one of the best offensive players I ever seen. But Kobe said it best: "You're not going to win a title playing like that. Like, there's just not a sustainability to that style of play." And when you're relying so much on the 3-point shot, and you have to rely on the fact that you got to get the whistle, you're not going to win a lot of those battles. And players finally figured out how to guard James Harden. They just said, "Hey, screw it! Like, all we got to do is do this, and the rest won't call it." Because what Harden used to do was always do like that hand extension, so people would tap this, and then the refs would just whistle right away. Once the players realized, oh, if I just go for the ball instead of go for his hands, that's how you stop him and stuff like that.
And isn't it ironic? Like, as soon as they did the rule changes, where like, we're not doing this offensive flopping anymore. Mm-hmm. He and Trae Young have fell off.
And Dane fell off too a little bit too, because Dane kind of picked up on that trick a little bit and stuff. CM Punk is demanding respect from Hangman Page. However, this does hint that he will beat respect out of him to turn heel. I feel like there could be a double turn. Like, I'm going to Double or Nothing. I'm very interested to see where the fans lie. I think they're going to lie with Punk, though, because
I think they're going to lie with Page.
I don't know.
That's what I felt.
I'm going with Hangman Page. I have a whole Hangman Page. I got my Hangman Page shirt that I got from the All Elite crate. I got my black denim jacket.
Nice shirt. It was a nice shirt.
Yeah, I got that.
It feels like the underdog. Fans always side with the old underdog if they can.
But they love Punk, man. They love their Mr. CM Punk.
I want to see Punk heel. Punk is way better as a heel. I hate face Punk. I hate it.
I hate this happy Punk, dude.
I love when Punk is in Long Island.
Like when Punk's miserable, I love it, dude. Just because he fits it perfectly.
Yes, he's a heel in real life.
Did you know Jeff Hardy is the only man to face Owen himself? What about Paul White? What if my boy Big Show comes out and goes, well, and I'm like, oh, dude, if Big Show's the Joker, I'll probably be the only motherfucker marking out. Like, I'm a big Show fan, Romeo. I don't know if you noticed.
I did not know that. Is that true?
I love Big Show. Big Show's one of my favorite wrestler, dude. The knockout punch, I love the knockout punch. It's like such a sick finisher.
You're being dead ass right now. Huh?
Yeah, I love Big Show. Big Show's yeah, I love Big Show, dude.
You're like the first guy I've ever heard that from.
Big Show's fucking baller, bro. He had a great theme song. I love Big Show, dude. One of the most underrated world title runs was this world, dude. I told people when Sheamus and Big Show wrestled, dude, I said this match gonna be a banger. It was like Big Show and shit. I'm like, bro, I'll never seen Big Show go. Sheamus is gonna make Big Show go, and that's what Sheamus did. Big Show went, and he had one of the most underrated world title runs at that moment of time.
Bro,
and
what
then
was that Survivor Series when he won the title? I was so pissed. Didn't he beat The Rock?
No, it was No Mercy, bro. Oh, Survivor Series?
Yes, when Austin got ran over.
Yeah, he did
Big
beat
Show
The Rock.
Filled in the spot or something.
Yeah, Paul White.
Oh, I was so annoyed. Oh my
god. I didn't like
so
that Paul. See, I didn't like Big Show until like so the minute I started liking Big Show was like after Kurt Angle shaved his head. Because I was still like, I was like, man, Kurt Angle's a bully. Why did he do that to Big Show? Big Show's so nice and stuff like that. And then plus Big Show recently returned and he just destroyed everyone. It was like one of the sickest returns ever is the SmackDown Lumberjack match. That is such a sick return. And no one ever seen it. Go type in Big Show returns to WWE. Big Show comes out. Where is the Big Show? And we're like, oh my god, dude. And dude, I was.
Does anyone have a nicer chokeslam than him?
Dude, he has the best. Dude, you know what?
Maybe 911 in ECW. Maybe.
You know what's
the nice one too?
The most dude, his ECW title reign's so underrated too. He had bangers with Sabu and all these boys.
All I remember is Batista match.
Yeah, dude, the fans were. I don't know why the fans were booing.
That was so funny.
I thought it was the 3-star great match. I was like, that was a great TV main event. They should have been grateful that they got that. But my favorite finisher was Big Show lifting up guys and putting them on the knee and choking. I was like, oh, I love this finisher by Big Show.
Paul Heyman knew what he was doing booking Big Show. He booked them the best. Paul Heyman.
You know how sad I was when Big Show left ECW? Like, I thought that was it. I was like, I'm never going to see Big Show again. And then at No Way Out 08, my boy returns and he beating up Rey Mysterio, dude. Like,
that's light work.
People think it's a joke, but I do love Big Show. Big Show is sick. I don't know why people hate Big Show. Like, he does nothing wrong. Big Show and Kane is like a great tag team. They would dominate people with the double choke slam and stuff like that. Like,
yo, when it was Big Show Undertaker, I used to love their fucking theme song. I used to love it. Undertaker would sit at commentary and be like, he's got this. He'll learn something from this.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, Big Show would have Boehner match. Dude, Jericho? Like, I don't know how anyone hates Jericho. Like, dude, like, here's the thing. AEW's misusing Big Show. Honestly.
They're not even using him.
Yeah, exactly. They're misusing him. Double or Nothing should have been Big Show versus Hangman Adam. No, I can't go that far.
Yeah, Big Show, TNT Marshall, nobody wanted to see.
Dude, I was so pissed. I was like, bro, Big Show should be going for the TNT title at this point. Like, what the fuck is this, Tony? You want me to feel sorry for Sammy Guevara? Go over against the Big Show. I'll be so afraid for Sammy's like, I'll be like, no, dude, Big Show.
You bump all over the place for him.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
Big Show versus Darby Allin.
Oh, dude,
Darby would die. There's a lot of guys that Big Show could destroy, like, and it'd be entertaining.
Jackhammer City said that he feels Sasha Banks was very unprofessional, which I respect those opinions. I don't like Romeo thinks that too. I think it's like know your work, but I understand when people say it's unprofessional. You see Jurassic Express turning on Christian Cage or Christian turning on Jungle Boy. The latter. I think Christian does turn on Jungle Boy. I think Jungle Boy is not respecting my good boy Christian. I don't know why. Bro, congrats. 12 pounds? That's amazing. You're only 178. Wow, dude, that's better than me. I'm like 230. Sammy Guevara is a douche. Sammy Guevara is a modern day Jersey Shore. Legit, I'm starting to think Nate doesn't want to fight anyone, just wants out. Wouldn't be surprised if Nate brings in a lawyer to get out of his contract. Nate don't have no damn lawyer. What are your thoughts on Eric Bischoff and CM Punk taking shots at each other? I think Bischoff is, Bischoff has points, but he's also using older points that necessarily aren't needed. I feel CM Punk, he needs to kind of know his role a little bit and, not say anything. I thought Punk needs to not say anything when it comes to Eric Bischoff. Like, you're not going to win that battle with Bischoff, in my personal opinion.
Bischoff and Punk?
Yeah, like, because they're going at it with each other. Bischoff is saying that he's like one of the worst draws ever.
Well, those are two bitter people going at it. You're not surprised.
Did you hear Ty Conti say she doesn't think Paige Van Zandt can handle AEW schedule? But how is that so? Because they wrestle once a week and have no house shows. Yeah, the AEW schedule is very nice. Like, it's like Cody even said it too. Like Cody pretty much alluded in interviews, like the interview with Corey Graves. He said, it feels nice to, get in the rhythm again, because he said like he wasn't really in rhythm before, and now he feels like he's on a good rhythm, because that's the truth. Like Ty Conti used to wrestle like what, every single dark. Now I don't even know what her 2000 record, her record this year is, but she's been going on vacation more. They don't wrestle as much on AEW TV.
Paige Van Zandt could be nice in AEW, but she's got to learn how to throw a wrestling punch.
She just knows how to wrestle. She needs to learn how to wrestle in general. I mean, she's hot.
Well, yeah, too, yeah.
She's hot, but you can't.
She doesn't have like she could be a star. Like she could have star power that she doesn't. She's not gonna have in bare knuckle fighting at all. She's awful over there,
dude. Well, dude, every time she looks like she wants to go for a takedown, she feels like a takedown needs to happen. Like she's like always looking at the legs. I'm like, Paige, you can't take him down here. It's bare knuckle fighting. Wrestling has this addiction, bringing in a stable of darkness. Look,
I love Judgment Day. I love Judgment Day.
Wrestling fans like dark gimmicks. It's a bread and butter. Judgment Day is good. I think it's a great. This is probably one of Edge's best works that he's doing right now.
Yes,
and hopefully it leads to good themes for both involved, and just don't put Ciampa in there.
I think it's going to lead to a world title run for Edge.
Oh, it's good. Him and Cody. See, that wouldn't be
Cody
bad.
Rhodes. When Cody Rhodes wins it, Edge is going to be the guy that beats him.
Yeah, see, that wouldn't be bad if it's like Uncle Dwayne and Roman night 2, and then you get Cody versus Edge night 1. I feel like that's a good WrestleMania. Or unless you want to go Cody versus AJ night 1. I'll go to both nights regardless. I'll be there. So, but then something for Cody if Roman, for Dwayne.
It's gonna happen.
Let's be real. Punk return to wrestling got diminished when he found out he can't fight. Dude, CM Punk.
I was rooting for him too, man. He was awful.
I tell people all the time, there is no excuse why that boy could not stop a takedown. He trained with Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley.
Damn.
Keep in mind, Colby Covington came to camp there to train. A raw Colby Covington, who all this motherfucker knew was wrestling, trained with that guy, trained with both Pettis bros, and he still didn't know how to stop a takedown. Damn. How do you not know how to stop a takedown when I just named the level of wrestlers he went with? Especially when I just said Ben Askren and Colby Covington.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, Punk is just, he was so ass. Punk's return got diminished when he was just returning to a bunch of ham and eggers with some diamond in the rough. That's true, man. I mean, yeah, like, what was his first match back? Darby?
Yes.
Yeah. That's not a good first match back. Did you hear Ryback?
I like his babyface. I mean, like he had to start with a heel.
I don't want Ryback back. He lost. Ryback's gone, man. I don't even care about him.
Yeah. Nobody cares.
You got blocked by James Ellsworth.
Damn.
What
did you call him a pedo? That would do it.
Isn't he one? I heard something like that. Thoughts on the Bebo and Canelo's fight? Canelo didn't show that Mexican spirit.
Bivol beat his ass fair and square.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think Canelo's messing with fire trying to get a rematch. Do not. No. You're gonna lose again. You think it would be closer? You think he'd have a chance? Or it'd be the same shit?
Depends the weight. If it's Canelo's 168 weight, it'll be much closer because Bebo will have to cut a lot. He'll be a little bit more dehydrated. Maybe, and I also heard Canelo was on a vegan diet. These fighters need to stop with this vegan shit. I understand why people do it, but vegan, you're losing protein. You're getting hit. You got to be able to sustain these hits. Vegan does not have enough protein for you to get hit. If you want to do a vegan diet when you're retired, fine. But when you're playing or you're being active, you can't do this vegan diet. Your body breaks down because you don't have enough protein. That's what I try to tell people with this vegan diet. But I feel if it's at Canelo's actual weight, he'll beat Bebo. But if he goes up and faces Bebo again, he'll get his ass kicked. Because like Bebo's just too big there, too powerful. And then also too, the glove size changes at Canelo's weight. Because they have bigger gloves at Bebo's weight. So then when they go to Canelo's weight, he'll actually have the gloves he's used to wearing. That's an underrated thing people forget. They change glove sizes in boxing. So fucking stupid. Do they have enough women for a tournament? They'll make something up. Dude, I already sent Overeem a bunch of steroids. He's gonna knock out Braun Strowman, the Care Bear. I can't wait. I can't wait till Care Bear gets knocked out and he's just dead in the ring. I love it. Control that narrative, bitch.
Damn.
Thoughts on Conor McGregor facing Dan Hooker potentially? This Dan Hooker is nothing. I sit there and I say, what a nice lad. I like him. He goes out there and he fights. But he's going to have to face my left hand. He faces the left hand. He's going to go down. He's going to go cripple down as easy as everyone else. No one has finished Dan Hooker. And Michael Chandler, yes, he's a great guy. But I finished Dan Hooker. I'm going to finish him inside of round one easy. I think it's a great match.
Nail that impersonation. Now, can you do Conor calling Usman a sloppy fighter?
Usman's a sloppy fighter. He's just a wrestler with a jab. That's all he is. A wrestler with just a nice little sloppy jab. I don't see any impressions. I don't see anything. His eyes, all they do is look at the head. They don't look at the body. He does not know how to throw a proper kick. He's going for the legs every chance that he gets. I tell everyone every time, all it takes is one left hand, and Usman, his chin is just right there for a crack. I don't think he can handle a crack from me. I saw his recent fight with Colby Covington, and I saw he got cracked by a right uppercut. Now, my left uppercut will knock Usman into another atmosphere.
That is so effing good. And not only is his voice good, the mannerisms and the way your face moves is just like Conor.
Yeah,
my God, that is so effing good.
I watch a lot of Conor and stuff, but
he is the most entertaining.
That's my go-to. It's like the voice. Like I tell people, like wait until it's like a lot of people here will know the Conor impression, but when it's actually Conor fight week, when Conor's fighting, that's when the impression's really good because I get to hear more of Conor and stuff like that. Like just hear like Johnny's wife. Your wife is in me DMs, mate. There was no check. Hey, baby, hit me up at the Win nightclub and stuff like that. Like I'll get the voice a lot better and stuff. But like right now, it's just rusty because I can barely hear it because he doesn't talk that much right now. Right now, he's just talking about Justin Gaethje. A nice little fighter, Justin Gaethje is a little bit sloppy, look like a little Homer Simpson right there. That Justin Gaethje fella, with all that little rat.
That is a dream fight for me, by the way. I want to see that.
Oh, dude,
so bad.
I think Conor, dude. I want to see Conor versus Islam. I want to see him face that little clone of Habib. The little clone. He was also shitting on the bus. The motherfucker was on the bus with Habib, and he took a fat shit. He saw me with the dolly in my hand, and him and Habib's eyes wide open. They knew what the real fight was. They didn't get off the bus. Racism in there. Took a shit on the bus.
You got to throw some racism in there too.
Oh no, I can't do that with Conor. Yeah, no, the Conor impressions are pretty popular. Everyone will always ask me to do Conor.
What do you think would happen in that fight?
Which one?
Conor Hooker. Like I think Conor wants the big fight, but he, they could give him a little tune up too, like they did with Cowboy right. Conor.
I love Dan Hooker. It'll go two ways. Dan Hooker either has a very healthy chin and it's like a really good stand-up war for 5 rounds, and Conor gets a judge's decision because it's Conor McGregor, right. or Conor murks him within the first 2 because Hooker, Hooker takes unnecessary shots, like he does. He takes a lot of unnecessary shots. So yeah, but yeah, no, I got Conor winning that fight regardless. Like I like Dan Hooker.
If Conor loses that, then geez, they'll just get worse and worse.
What's your favorite campy, goofy storyline?
I know my answer.
What's this?
I know my answer.
What's this?
It's the Big Show. We're just talking about Big Show and Big Boss Man. When Boss Man's dragging the fucking coffin.
Oh, that's what he meant. Oh,
campy, goofy, over the top.
Nothing beats Hulk Hogan in the Dungeon of Doom, bro. Like I always love when Hulk Hogan goes there and he puts his hand underneath the water. He's like, "It's not hot." Like, what did you expect this water to be, Hulk Hogan?
Fuck that shit. Because I'm watching all that. Like we do a true rewind where we watch old WCW Monday Night War
on your channel, and it's also still on. It's on Fightful
Overbooked right now.
Fightful Overbooked, right?
Because it's unique experience for me because I'm watching WCW for the first time. Like I know all the major WCW moments, but I never watched it as a kid. Every week. So this is me experiencing this shit for the first time. And Hulk Hogan is just, we're in 1996 now. He just joined the NWO.
Yeah.
But before that,
It was terrible.
unbearable.
Yeah.
Unbearable
Dude,
bad.
people forget how bad 94 like when people say like wrestling, like me and my friend Justin's like an older fan like myself, so we kind of remember like 94, 95, and like, and I remember WWF 94, 95. Like, even though I was like still a baby, I still remember like
Also
most
bad.
of it. And I tell people, like, Justin's like, when people say wrestling is bad nowadays, like, do they not remember 94, 95? Because that is horrible. And Hulk Hogan was worse than Super Cena, bro. Like, Hulk Hogan was like every motherfucker going for that WCW world title. Hulk Hogan was beating them up.
And like Raw is booked in every show, like, you know, a couple of throwaway matches and then one good match. It's so bad. So bad.
Are you guys surprised that Beeble didn't get robbed? A little bit.
Nah, he was so dominant. You had to give it to him. Like, it wasn't even close.
I was surprised by the judges' scorecards. 115, 113. I was like, where is this 113 coming from?
That one, yeah, for sure. That one, the fix was in that one.
Matt Hardy winning the title was great, man. So Money in the Bank, no, I didn't like it. So Money in the Bank is being held in Allegiant Stadium. So does that officially make Money in the Bank a part of the Big Five? No,
it's overtaking Survivor Series. Survivor Series is not a stadium.
It's one of those shows where it draws interest. People love
Survivor Series. They gotta do something different with that. Like,
yeah,
it's just unbearable. Brand supremacy.
SmackDown versus Raw is stupid. Like, I'm sorry, it's so stupid. Like, we see these guys wrestle each other, and it sucks too because it's not even really SmackDown versus Raw because they always have the draft like right before Survivor Series. So it's like these guys don't get any brand allegiance. It's kind of like you just switch up the shows. It's not like we're getting
last year they just joined the freaking brand they were on. They had to represent it. Like, what the hell would Roman Reigns do this year?
Yeah,
who is he gonna face? Go face himself.
I'm gonna face myself. I'm gonna clone myself.
I got the night off.
There was no one else to face me, so we took me from 2014 to face me now. And then you just hear brother. Oh
my god!
Then bad Roman Reigns comes out and he goes, "Look at this man! I can see why you booed him. He's not better than me." And stuff like that. And
you know what? It was interesting and fun is when they included NXT, the little baby brother, the baby step brother. And NXT actually whoops some ass.
Yeah, and then Roderick Strong won a stupid ass triple threat. Yeah, that was great. That was random. But yeah, no, I do agree they need to change the Survivor Series. And also Money in the Bank is like one of those shows that's like, look, I tell people all the time, I'm a sucker. Give me 8 idiots in a ladder match and they're gonna do stupid ass spots.
You're going to that, right?
I'm trying to win tickets from the Believe Podcast Network. I would love to go to it, but the thing is, it's so I thought SummerSlam was like later in August, but it's actually like the end of July.
It's the same month.
Yeah, same month.
Beginning of month versus the end of month.
And I'm preferring to go to SummerSlam. Hopefully Ric Flair don't die on the night after SummerSlam, wrestling Ricky the Dragon. So
well, Allegiant Stadium, that's not too far a drive from you, is it?
No, it's not a far drive. It's
3 hours?
5.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just more of like, do I want to go? Like, if I have a free room, that will probably change my mind because I'll be like,
I would want to be there for that moment. Cody winning Money in the Bank. I think that would be worth it alone.
I think that would be a great moment too. Yeah.
And also Charlotte Flair also winning Money in the Bank. By the way, you heard it here first. Charlotte Flair is winning Money in the Bank. Even if she's not announcing the match, she's gonna pull a Brock Lesnar.
I'm curious though.
She's gonna reach one arm.
The one thing I do want them to do is change the setup. The SummerSlam setup was horrible. Like, it was so horrible because like they had the curve entrance and it was like so hard. Like the Raw I was sitting Allegiant as well.
Oh
yeah, I was there for both. So I was there for SummerSlam and my seats were good in terms of what you could see in the ring, but the entrances we couldn't see any of the entrances. We had to look up at the screen just to see the entrances and stuff.
That was me at Phoenix for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
really? They did it in the baseball stadium.
Oh, okay.
I was like, you remember that weird entrance? They were coming out of the dugout.
Yeah.
Very weird. You couldn't see shit.
Yeah, no, that was my complaint because it was like, and then the word because like I was sitting in the area and I couldn't see any of the wrestlers enter. Like ring wise, the seats were great. I ain't gonna complain ring wise because the seats were awesome. But entrance wise, I couldn't see shit. So I felt like I was missing out on some of the entrances and stuff like that. So that was a bummer. And stuff.
I hated my seats at the Royal Rumble, but I don't know if this is happening to you at a WWE event. They had there was some kind of light that would stay on. It was blinding me, and everybody was chanting, "Turn off the lights! Turn off the lights!"
Never.
It was awful. That's happened to me in multiple WWE shows. Like they have these habits of just really fucking up your view sometimes, whether it's a light or like the pillar they have in the fucking corner.
So one
where they don't put it on your ticket that your view will be obstructed. They don't put it on your ticket.
Yeah, no. So I had the pillar issue, and I pulled a Karen. I went to.
I complained. I complained, and I got free tickets.
Yeah, I complained.
Any pay-per-view of my choice.
I complained. I said, "Hey, this was terrible." And I literally showed them on the app that my thing did not say it was obstructed.
Yes.
So like, what happened was they said, "Oh yeah, let me go take care of you." So me and my buddy, we got center seats and we got better row because of it. So it was like,
it's the same show.
Yeah, same show.
I had to complain after the fact. I got tickets to another pay-per-view around my area.
Yeah, but I would like to go to Money in the Bank. I think it'd be great. It's just more of like, hey, if I get the free tickets, for sure I'm going. but 100%, yeah. But like, it's more of just a financial thing because like I don't want to spend too much, and also I need to find someone who would want to go to Money in the Bank. Be like, hey, do you want to go to Money in the Bank with me? Like, and stuff. I'll probably have free rooms for Vegas for sure, but I don't know about like, because like tickets and stuff.
You got the hookup over there? You got rooms over there?
Oh, I gamble so much, bro.
Dana White.
Yeah, I ain't getting banned.
You get banned? You're not winning that much.
Yeah, because I had free comp rooms so Double or Nothing. I pretty much just paid for the ticket. I got free comp rooms. I have $150 in free play, and then
you're in a suite.
No, so I have a suite for Double or Nothing, like the show.
Right.
I'm in a suite. No, I'm in a regular room. I could have.
No, I'm in the show. The suite.
Yeah, I have a suite for the show. But I'm in a regular room. I could have done a suite, but then I would have had to pay $72 a night, and I was like, nah.
You don't need all that. You don't need all that. You just got to sleep in a bed. That's it. You're not fucking hanging out, are they?
Exactly.
You're going out.
Yeah, it's a bedroom. It's just a bedroom to sleep in. So it's like
exactly.
So yeah, I got comp rooms. I always get comp rooms. They always send me emails all the time. Look, I'll say this.
Now you just play the slots?
Yeah. So here's the hack that people.
I figured you'd be like a poker guy or a blackjack guy. No, I could see you easily destroying that, being good at that.
So this is what I tell people. You want to?
I love poker, by the way. Texas Hold'em, I love it.
I'm good at Hold'em. I suck at blackjack, but I tell people,
that's understandable.
If you want to move up in the ranks in Vegas fast without having to play poker stuff, play a little bit of slots, one hand pay or a couple lucky pullouts, like just play.
And I feel like I have no control in slots though.
But
in poker, I have control.
But that's the point. They want you to not have control. So I'm positive in Vegas right now. So the thing is this: what they will do is because they will notice that you played a lot of slots, they'll invite you to slot tournaments. So the slot tournaments is where you rise your ranks up faster.
I've never even heard of this.
Oh, you never heard of slot tournaments? Oh, they're insane, dude. You gotta go like you're going crazy. Yeah, and so I placed 11th at my slot tournament that I went to. 11th out of 232 people and stuff like that.
Damn.
And so that was a pretty good placing. Got $500 in free play for the slot machines. But the thing is, when you place high in those slot tournaments, you get more MGM club points, and then you get more points for comp rooms, and then they'll start inviting you and stuff. So I always try to go to a slot tournament every other month and stuff like that because it helps with my slot. It helps with my points and everything.
That's so interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I
you are the legit definition of Double or Nothing.
Yeah,
it's you.
Yeah, of course. No, yeah. Hey, guys,
when's the last AEW show you've been to?
I've never been to one.
You've never. This will be your first one.
This is the first one.
My
yeah.
God.
So the debate was this: do I go to Vegas for Double or Nothing, or do I go to the Inglewood show and the Rampage? I was debating between that. So
at the Forum,
yeah,
Dynamite and Rampage, right? Or is that just
Rampage? Dynamite's at the Forum, and then Rampage is in Ontario, Canada.
Gotcha.
So I was debating what would be the show I would go to.
Double or Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even
And
close.
so for me, as much as it would be cool to go to California's first AEW show, one, I would have to ask. This is the only problem about the West Coast is AEW starts at 5 p.m. our time,
Right?
So which means AEW is going to have the event at 5 p.m. our time. So which means I won't be able to get work off to go to that show. And that weekend's already a short week of work anyways because we have Memorial Day off. So it'll be kind of hard.
What time you work till?
Huh?
What time you work till? What's your shift?
8:30 to 5:30 every day, full time. So it's like, so I don't get the I can request days off. Like my boss don't care, but it's like more of like, hey, I kind of want my paycheck. So it's like,
I'm not gonna take a lunch today. You gotta do that.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. So I said, you know what? I don't want to do like Inglewood's not that bad to go to when it comes to the Forum. I like the Forum, but Ontario, I was like, no, I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, no.
So then I said, you know what, man? Let me go to Dumb or Nothing. I got some buddies that are coming over there too that I've known forever here on YouTube as well. I actually just recently hanged out. Actually, my first time meeting someone online, SummerSlam 2011. That review's still on my channel. I reviewed it in front of the Staples Center with my friend. That review's still on the channel. I did that. I'm going with that guy, and I'm going with my buddy Ace, who literally he slept in my bed. This guy was sleeping in my bed. So that's what I try to tell people. It's like I really don't care about what's it called? Like, you know, California show. I don't have anyone to go with. I asked my friends, none of them are interested. Like I tell them, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go see WWE. Oh yeah, dude, let's get tickets. I told my friends, yo, AEW. They're like, what's that?
I'm gonna try to do WrestleMania next year around your area.
Oh,
we'll see if we can link up.
Mania for sure is 100%. I'm going to be there. Like I can request the days off. I'm good. And the best part is since it's in California, I can just drive there. Yep. Might get an Airbnb. Who knows?
We'll try to do that.
I'll be down for that. Yeah, you'll fit in with my crew for sure. Like my crew will like you.
I'm not a difficult person to get along with at all.
Let's see what other questions we have. Sorry guys if I forget what's it called. If I forget your guys' questions and stuff. It's a long night. The Chase Oliver Bray Wyatt rants were so good. Great times. Oh man.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt rants.
Oh yeah, I used to say, man, this guy is so bummy in the ring. I don't know why you guys love this guy.
Do you like Bray Wyatt in NXT? Joe Gacy?
Yeah, Bray a little Wyatt? Bit. Yeah, a little bit. I said he was still ass in the ring, but a little bit. I used to do
Oh my god, the ending of tonight's NXT episode. My god.
Oh, was it?
I don't know if you saw it.
No, not yet.
Oh my god, Joe Gacy's like on the top of some hotel.
Oh no,
he's just laughing, and then he faded it. He's like, ha, ha, ha. It's the most campy, evil laugh, and they did it for like a minute. It's like, ha, 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 ha.
I used to.
It was so evil.
So I used to do like a Bray Wyatt character. So I used to turn off my lights and have my flashlight on, like "No face of fear," and then I used to make fun of Bray Wyatt for doing the new face of fear the whole time. I used to. I don't know if the stream's still up. I may have privated it, but I did a whole Chase Wyatt stream where I was just Bray Wyatt at 2 a.m. in the morning. I was just like making fun of him the whole time. And I was like, and I think about it. A Big Mac appears, and I pulled a Big Mac out of nowhere, and everyone thought it was magic. And I was like, dude, I had the Big Mac just chilling there. I was just bored.
I want to see that shit.
Yeah, I think you just type in Chase Wyatt on the channel.
Oh my god!
I haven't what I tell people once I start wrestling training, everything's going to private. So y'all better download the video. I know how the IWC acts. Y'all are Twitter detectives. Y'all
research everything in your past. Any tweets that are controversial?
Already
delete them now. Already.
Sure. I have a method. I have a method, Romeo. It's the best method. I showed Heel Steven this method. He had some funny tweets.
I might need that method. I might need it myself. I might have some dirty stuff.
I'll show you the method after this for sure. I'll show you the method after this. All right, let's see. I think that's it for tonight. I know you guys have had questions, but I got to end it tonight. But Romeo, thank you for coming on last minute. Thank you guys for asking questions. I appreciate you guys always for just supporting the Chase Oliver channel. And don't worry, guys. This is a great comment. I have to end it on this. Big Show should have a faction of underused younger guys. Oh, Prince is training as a wrestler. He took his first Canadian Destroyer tonight. Damn, that's sick.
Oh, damn.
I don't know if he's still in the chat, but that's sick, Prince. I like that. But thank you guys so much for watching. You guys can check out Romeo at the True Heel Heat channel. Romeo, let people know everywhere. True Heel Heat, Bipolar Book. What else? Where else are you guys at?
Hey, follow me, True Heel Romeo, on Twitter and Instagram. A lot of watch-alongs on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. Like tomorrow or later on tonight, depending where you're at, we're gonna watch Dynamite live. We watch Raw. We do Raw watch-alongs, NXT watch-alongs, pay-per-view watch-alongs on the weekend. Yeah, so join us for all that. And Fightful Overbook, that YouTube channel. Me, SB3, and Drunk Guy JJ. We're all on True Heel Heat. We do we review the Monday Night War. It's called True Rewind. We're on there, so check us out. Check me out.
And
Thank you, guys. This was fun. This was impromptu. This was fun, and always the invite is always open for you to join me and watch alongs and hang out, whatever.
I come.
I know you've been, we do some UFC and boxing on the weekends. That's fun.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But yeah, guys, remember my channel always is where you can find me at Heel Stevens channel for Around the Point every Sunday. You guys can also follow me on True Heel Heat. I'll make an appearance and as well with BX Jedi channel and other channel. You know, I just go everywhere, dude. People like me. They say, "Do you know what, Chase? Come on the channel." And then I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then people are like, "Whoa, you're not afraid on camera." And I'm like, "I've been doing this for 10 years. It shouldn't be." So, anyways, thank you guys so much. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your night. Enjoy it. And remember, guys, just like our former WWE champion Brock Lesnar, sometimes you don't have to give a shit in life.
It's beautiful.